So, hello there.
New York's only Spider-Man.
I'm New York's only Spider-Man. I'm New York's only Spider-Man. Please don't screw this up.
Accessing the skill tree. Yeah, it looks like I don't get much of a choice. Which one? Yes, he did. So yeah, just finished that first mission, got my first level up, and here we go. So yeah, with House of the Dragon, as I was saying, I really recommend it. I was honestly going to ignore it until my wife decided to watch it, and she was like, "This is actually pretty good." So I just binged the first 3 episodes this morning. Wee!
Yo, Genki!
Dude! Wino? What?
Woohoo!
Yeah. Where you at? You get into the apartment okay?
Yeah, your mom let me in. Unpacked/dumped my stuff all over your floor. Now I'm in the park, grabbing some air.
Oh, perfect! Dip over to the amphitheater.
Whoop.
Got something to show you.
Dude, is this spider-related? Please tell me you got a piece of Rhino's horn or something. Pics I've seen of the fight are straight up nuts.
Definitely spider-related.
Spider-Man.
Better than a horn.
Spider-Man.
Oh, loving the suspense. I'm there.
Cool. Okay. I've heard that the first season of Westworld is good, but not so much after the first season, is from what I've heard. I've seen a little bit of the first season myself.
I will never get used to you doing that.
Hey, look. Check it. Christmas present from Spider-Man.
Open it.
But yeah, like I was saying, you've got no need to actually to actually have watched or read the Game of Thrones books or A Song of Ice and Fire, as it should be called, to understand this.
What? Never seen a guy change clothes in Central Park?
Now it is interesting hearing the names of the various houses and stuff, and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool, but they don't assume you know anything.
Miles Morales, congratulations and welcome to your very first super suit.
Your very first super suit. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, though, if you're liking it, don't worry about what other people say. Just make your own decision. That's how I see it. That's how I see it.
Head uptown for part 2 of this amazing gift.
This is only half of the present.
What's the other half?
I'll let you know when I find it.
But yeah, part of why I watched House of the Dragon today was that I was like, maybe I'll finish watching Rings of Power. And I went, no, I don't think I can stomach watching more of it. Let's watch something I've heard is good.
Guys are masochists.
Sad news, listeners. My Christmas charity spectacular was canceled due to mass vigilante mayhem.
Gotta be something better on.
I'm doing tricks.
Been hearing good things about this one.
Hello, I'm Danica Hart, and this is the NetCat, where I spotlight the people making a real difference in our city. Today's topic? Stockbrokers, for-profit colleges, make
Ow.
No.
Owie.
Obviously, we're covering the Spider-Man's incredible takedown of Rhino.
Subscribe. NetCat, new favorite podcast.
Now, one thing I really like about Spider-Man is that it's got some really cool traverse stuff. It's fun traversing the city,
Looks like Pete set up
if
a
that
lot
makes
of gear.
sense. Whoop. Well, so far so good. I'm not seeing the warnings that I've been getting before.
Miles, get ready for your first holographic training challenge. These challenges are spread throughout the city. Each one focuses on a new move or technique. This one focuses on acrobatic
improvisation.
Get into position to start.
Hollow training? Oh, I am
Yeah,
so down.
there's so many times in open world games that's like you just want to get
First
there,
up, air combat.
and this one's actually made it so that it's fun.
Is a great way to gain the advantage. Now follow up with a mid-air attack. And now a
Woo.
personal favorite, the swing kick.
Oh, I did not mean to leave. Woo!
This holotech is next gen. With the right parts, bet I can make it portable.
Running close combat subroutine. Running.
Here, catch.
Another
Dong.
feature of your skill, disarming.
Which I just did. I love disarming enemies. Boink.
And it's crazy satisfying to knock guys out with their own weapons.
Yes.
All right, yeah. This is dope.
Yeah,
Let's
they're letting
Peter
you use a lot of
Parker.
skills that you had to actually get to later in the game.
Netcatting airborne enemies is a great method of crowd control. Plus, the sounds they make are hilarious. Slam! Classic.
Is this Leo?
Melee attack. Surprise round. Think fast.
All right, I'm feeling this.
More guys incoming. Heads up. Time for some freeform practice. Use air combat and disarming to eliminate these enemies. Technical analysis. Nice work, Miles. Keep it up. Running close combat subroutine. Looking good, Spider-Bud. Yeah, Miles, nice! Get him! Let him have it! Bring the... Whoa, sorry, too much. Yeah, keep up the good work.
Doop doop.
And that's the bingo!
Blue screen of death.
Guns are high-tech gear we can sell. Oh, crap.
Spider-Man! Take them out! Then grab the gun!
Y'all trying to catch some hands? Yeah? Okay, let's go.
Take the spider out and grab the tech here! Gonna make fake selling this stuff off!
Just so you know, this is official Spider-Man tech. Y'all are not authorized to resell.
No, you don't. You don't have a shot.
You're done, kid!
System error.
That's it for the tech thieves. Now to fix a training sim. Kernel panic. Let's try a BIOS reset. Nice. That did it. Looks like Pete made stealth, swinging, and combat challenges.
Nice.
Gotta check these out when I get a chance.
But yeah, I kind of like this. This isn't like they're just fully rebooting you. They're letting you use a lot of the other abilities, which means that the other stuff you're going to get is going to be new stuff. Which is, I think, why you were saying you wanted me to keep playing, because I was going to get more stuff.
Hey dude, I think you should check out Roxxon Plaza on your way home. I just walked by and I'm pretty sure someone's breaking in.
Yeah. I'll look into it.
Hey, so I want to hear more about your new spider powers.
I think it's some kind of bioelectric discharge. Or supercharged static electricity.
Ooh, we gotta name it. How about Venom Power? You know, because it stings.
Venom seems like a weird
Okay,
name for
that's
it,
not
but
bad.
okay.
I'm gonna run. Plaza first, then home.
Remember, Venom Power. Trust me, it's gold.
Mm-hmm. It's very possible. Wee. Because it definitely looks interesting.
Hey friends, thank you so much for telling people about this podcast. We've jumped the charts from 136 to 87. Like, wow. Okay. Today I'm doing a quick
Oh,
task
I'm gonna
before I
try
head
this.
downtown to my
I'm gonna try this
class,
challenge.
And I'm answering fan DMs. First one.
Know the quickest way to end a fist fight? Don't use your fists. In this challenge, grab stuff, spin it around, and whack enemies with it. You can grab objects, enemy weapons, even other enemies. Every hit scores a point. Approach the prompt when you're ready.
Let's throw some junk at fake bros.
Yanking a weapon out of a dude's hands and throwing it back at him. Poetry in motion.
Ha! How you like me now, hologram? Oh, that felt good.
That's how you do it.
Okay, yeah. Windmilling people? Very satisfying.
Nice hit.
Sorta. Getting dizzy. Having fun, though.
Remember, you can web dudes up and spin them around to smack other dudes. So satisfying.
Ah, dang! I look got amazing.
Whip, whippity, twip.
Twip, twip,
Amazing
twippity, twip.
chocolate weapons. Well done, Spider Squire. Smack those bad guys in their holographic headbutt good. Now that you've got your throwing down, try extending your windup before release. Good way to clear some space. See you at the next challenge.
Oh, extended windup. Good idea.
Let's try it again. Again. By the way, what? I may have asked you this before, but where did you come up with the name Soon to Be Stranger?
Let's start throwing guys at guys. Oh yeah, that time I fought Fisk at Docks. He threw me at one of his goons. That really works out when you go
Okay, this is
As I
yeah.
was plowing through his world like a human bowling ball, it was like total galaxy brain moment. You can throw dudes and
Ah.
other dudes for twice the damage. Life changing. Like discovering a delicious but previously unknown flavor of ice cream. This ain't it.
Pete's internal monologue is beautiful. Dude is full on crazy. I love it.
Nice hit.
Sorta. Getting dizzy. Having fun though.
There we go.
I know you were tacular, but not spectacular.
Okay.
Way to go, buddy.
I'll accept
for that
25
in the dust
the 25 hits for now. Okay. I guess I'll accept that. Maybe.
They tried.
Whee!
They tried to silence me. Tried to kill me. Whoever engineered Rhino's escape and sent him careening through my studio right in the middle of recording my charity Christmas special. Think of the children. And think of me. Because J. Jonah Jameson refuses to
Boing.
be silenced. So in my tireless mission to bring you just the facts, I'm holding my nose. Broadcasting from my producer Jared's disgusting hovel of a studio apartment that he shares with... How many others? 5? Good Lord, Jared, when I was
I
your
see.
age, I owned a
Okay.
two-bedroom on the Upper West Side.
I've always been different,
Your
but
generation.
I guess I was lucky in that my family
I
kind of
swear.
celebrated that.
Anyway, if you are wondering who arranged Rhino's escape and pointed him right at your favorite truth speaker, witnesses on the ground are saying both Spider-Men showed up at the exact moment Rhino broke free.
I can see that.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think I'm gonna go for the combat skills. But the actual Venom skills, yeah, those look good too. Or I've seen L1X. No, I think I'm gonna go for the combat skills. Oh, sure thing. You mean like to join the party so you can actually talk on the on here? Sure thing. Sounds good. I will send you a request. It's been a while since I've done this, so. Do. Party. There we go. Do. Okay. Okay, I think that, yeah. looks like it's set up, so you should be able to join when you want. I see. No liquor? Yep. Oh, no problem. Cool. I, 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 I figured that I'd get it set up so you could just join when you got there.
Hi there, I'm Simon Krieger, and what you're standing next to is a new form reactor. Once activated, this reactor will supply enough energy to power all of Harlem. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, Simon, how is that possible? And the answer is new form. Just one canister of this revolutionary fuel source is enough to supply Harlem clean,
safe energy
for the next 500 years. Soon, we'll be opening reactors throughout Manhattan and then
Roxxon!
worldwide. Get ready for a planet powered by
new form.
Roxxon. We're here for you.
Roxxon, get your rocks on.
What was that? No sign of anybody. They broke a bunch of stuff. Maybe they were looking for something. Huh. They did a search for new form.
Hello.
What were they gonna do with it? Man, this now would just not quit. Their tech is unbelievable, but Venom totally wrecks it. Yeah, Genki's right. Venom's a good name.
Everyone else, get upstairs! You're gonna need backup!
Haven't seen you
So, yeah.
guys before. Nice glow sticks.
Venom's kind of cool. Ow.
These new weapons work.
I can slow them down if I use my new Venom power. Got hands? Catch.
Jesus broke my gauntlet. Can't stop.
More of them up on the balcony.
Spider-Man.
Lisa?
We won't be stopped! Gonna peel that mask off, you kid!
Ow. More up there.
This yours?
You got one of us!
Oops, missed. Haha.
You guys take return?
Plaza?
You were right. It's a break-in.
Okay.
Sounds like they're after new
I don't know if I'll still be around when you get back, but that's completely fine.
It's not
No,
installed yet.
no,
They're talking
go,
about
go.
shipment.
It's fine.
Hey, I did
If
that grocery shop.
if I'm still around, I'll be happy to have you.
Wondering where you are. Dinner's almost ready.
Crap. Okay.
Oh no, no,
I'll try to wrap
that's
this up.
completely fine.
Thanks, man. My new venom power breaks their weapons until they regenerate at least. You got something?
Maybe later tonight. And if I'm still going, honestly, even if I'm not streaming, in the invitation is pretty much always it's pretty much always open. Love talking to you. Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'll keep the party request open even if I go offline. Because, yeah, it's not a matter of me streaming and or whatnot. But, yeah. Oh, not up here. Woo! Come on. Ah. Mm. Oh, over that way, I think.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Don't let him hit you with his electricity!
The Tinkerer? Who's that? They can break their weapons, then they come back.
Yeah, that's weird.
This yours?
You can't stop us!
Do finisher on you, bunk. Bunk.
They were talking about new form shipments. Need to figure out what they found so I know where they're gonna hit next. They were tracking new form shipments. But why? Rock's on security. They can take it from here. Gotta look into this later. I gotta get home. Christmas dinner's sounding pretty good right about now. I'll look into that group and the new form shipments tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this. Web strike. You ain't gonna meet disarmate web throw. Spin cycle. And the thing is that this doesn't require the meter, if I'm thinking about it correctly. Oh, long dodge. That's cool. Oh, the Venom Smash only costs one Venom bar too? Okay. Oh, take an enemy. That could be useful.
It's too cold to change out here. Good.
Looking good.
Middle school graduation. Haven't seen these two in a while.
Reed. Congrats, Miles and Finn. You're gonna kick high school. You know what? I kind of like that. You're rotating it in his hand. I like that.
Glad Genki's staying a couple of weeks. Gonna be a lot of late nights working on
Genki.
spider gear.
Interesting name.
Spider suit ideas. Gotta make sure Mom doesn't see this.
Yeah, gotta make sure Mom doesn't see this. Puts it back down on top of the dresser.
Pete took me to see this. He totally cried at the end. And so did I.
And so did I.
Man, this TV is as old as Abuela.
Yeah, and I'll be back in just a sec. And I am back.
Still gotta box up the last of Abuela's stuff and ship it to her in Puerto Rico.
What was that?
All good. Little spill. Get it cleaned up real quick. All good.
It's alright, man.
Ay, bendito. Mi hijo. Qué guapo.
Gracias, mami.
I invited a guest tonight. Can you get the apartment ready? Oh, maybe put on some music, set the mood?
Okay.
Naja.
Really? Your campaign manager on Christmas Eve?
Well, tomorrow's rally isn't going to plan itself. Thanks for getting the apartment ready, mijo. Hello? Naja, ya nos dieron el permiso para mañana.
So what am I supposed to do? Turn it on, I guess?
Glad Dad's tree survived the move.
Me too. He loved that little guy.
Ain't no Christmas like a Brooklyn Christmas. I miss hearing him say that.
Music.
No records. Hey, Mom, where's Dad's vinyl?
Should be in my room.
Thanks.
Sí,
Let's
claro.
go that way.
Guess Mom's not done unpacking either. That wallpaper just screams Abuela. Well, what's that? Huh. Must have gotten mixed up in the move. One of Dad's old case files. Wonder if Dad ever caught the guy. Haven't looked through these since before City Hall. Dad's favorite album. He put this on every Sunday while he made coffee. Oh, salsa from Abuela. Mom and Dad would move when this came on. I think this was Uncle Aaron's. Dad never played it, but he also never got rid of it.
Let's play that.
Bleached borax. Borax with bleach. Borax.
What's the pick, DJ?
The greatest record ever?
Merry Christmas, baby.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
It was Uncle Aaron's.
Oh, well, it's a great record. That doorbell's been broken for years. Miles, could you get that?
Of course.
How are your parents, Yankee? I haven't talked to them in a while.
They're good.
Finn?
Hey,
Fixed your doorbell.
Fix your doorbell.
So good to see you. How are you? It's been like...
Months. A lot's changed.
Yeah, it really has.
Is that our guest of honor? Come on in, you two. Dinner's almost ready. Finn, I'm so glad you could make it.
Thanks for inviting me, Miss Morales.
We missed you. Well, this one especially.
Hi.
Finn, this is Genki, my friend from Brooklyn Visions Academy. Genki, this is Finn, my best friend. My other best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Energy converter. Jinx.
The wiring in this building is such a mess.
I'll check the circuit breaker.
Gracias.
So, Christmas by candlelight?
I promise I didn't break it when I fixed your doorbell.
No good. Breaker doesn't have power.
Looks like the whole block's out.
Let me check if I can see anything from the fire escape.
Okay, honey.
Definitely
Okay.
can't get to the transformer from here. Unless you're super sticky.
This is super sticky.
You see any other buildings out
People on the roof. Can't go up there.
Yeah, got the whole block.
Really hope no one can see me up here. Don't look out the window. Don't look out the window.
Think Miles is having a rough outside?
There's the transformer. Maybe I can jump it.
Going to get us so far in salvaging this dinner.
Bioelectricity can take down Rhino. But can it save Christmas dinner?
You can dig out right over. Can it save Christmas dinner?
It worked. Oh man, those lights are bright. Did not think this through. Gotta get
When
back
did not
inside
think this
ASAP.
through.
Keep them distracted, Genki. Come on, Genki.
Is Miles still outside?
Actually, what about a photo?
Right now?
Yeah, you know, precious moments. You gotta capture them.
Shouldn't we wait for Miles?
No, he hates photos. All right, everyone squeeze in. Ready? Great photo, great photo. Oh, hey, Miles.
Who's ready to eat? You guys sit down. I got this.
Smells good.
Finn,
Ah,
tell
okay.
us everything you've been up to. You still in robotics club?
I had to quit, but I've been studying biotech on my own.
Nerd.
Says the guy who has to wear an ascot to school.
Hey, only on Tuesdays.
Does your brother Rick still work for Roxxon?
I don't know how anyone could work there after seeing your last campaign ad. You went for Simon Krieger's jugular.
That reminds me. Genki, you have a certain flair for social media. Could you spread the word about tomorrow's rally?
Yeah, we'll be trending by midnight.
He looks like he's
Sometimes it feels
constipated.
like Simon Krieger's my real opponent. Roxxon has so much influence here, but they don't answer to anyone except their shareholders. Harlem needs someone to fight for the community.
That's Mom's campaign speech voice, in case you couldn't tell.
You want to proofread these before I post them?
Yes! Do not hit send!
Yes, do not hit send.
So, what's going on with you?
What do you mean?
You seem, I don't know, distracted. Want to talk about it?
Not tonight. It's Christmas. Hey, how are you handling the move from Brooklyn?
I mean, it's fine.
Ugh. You hate it.
Nah.
That's your I hate it, but I'm too nice to say it voice.
No, it's... I don't know anybody here. I'm always having to ask for directions.
You need to find a good restaurant. A barber shop, somewhere you can shoot hoops. You'll settle in.
What if we hang out tomorrow? Just the two of us.
You're not too busy?
It's winter break. I can put off homework for at least another week.
Yeah, you can put off homework, but can you put off Spider-Man stuff?
You.
It's a date. I mean, not a date. You know, a friend date.
Still as smooth as the last time I saw you.
Oh, hey. Whoever's here, hello, hello, hello.
Miles.
What?
You awake?
No.
So
And I didn't
stayed up
actually
last
advertise
night and
the stream,
designed an
so
app
I don't
for
know
your
how many
suit.
people are actually going to
Thing's
show
got
up.
a crazy custom OS. Nothing I've ever seen before. But I ran it through a
they're
disassembler
gone.
so I could reverse engineer the plugin architecture and... You just fell asleep again, didn't you? Miles!
I'm up.
Niles actually fell asleep again.
It's almost done compiling. Oh, thank you. Ready to try out my app?
Yeah, man. Let's do this.
I'm connected to your analytics. Let's test drive this baby.
All right.
Okay, let's see what this does.
I can see everything you see. How are you not puking all the time? Lots of practice.
Hurry up, puking all the time. Lots of practice. Not that much yet.
Welcome to Friendly Neighborhood 1.0. It lets New Yorkers directly request your help and report crimes in progress.
Nice UI.
Thanks. Oh, look, someone just made a request. Request came from a guy named Aaron Davis.
Wait, what? That's my uncle.
Does he know you're Spider-Man?
No. Gotta be a coincidence. I'm headed to the subway stop.
Interesting. Spider training, spider training.
What is going on?
Hey there. You needed some help? I'm Spider-Man, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Aaron Davis. I think somebody's messing with the sensors. I'm getting bad data from the main relay up top of Grand Central.
On my way.
Wait!
Yeah?
Bada.
Where's the other Spider-Man?
Oh, he's on vacation. But don't worry, I got this. Whew. He definitely didn't recognize me. Oh, he's calling through the app? This is Spider-Man!
Hey, forgot to mention, there was a break-in last night right next door at Roxxon Plaza. A group called the Underground. Caught him hanging around my stop this morning.
The Underground. You know anything else about them?
They think of themselves as a young mafia. They've been around a while, but now they've got a new boss. Tinkerer.
Tinkerer. Thanks for the tip. So, you call Spider-Man often? Like, for help?
Didn't really have a way to get in touch with this app thing. But I saw you on the news last night taking down Rhino. Figured you were the right person to call.
Cool. Have you, been working at the subway long?
Nah, took the job last year after my brother. Well, anyway, I was trying to make some changes. Decided this job was a good place to start. The train's going down on my watch doesn't exactly paint me in a good light.
Well, when we fix them, you can tell your boss you showed initiative by using the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app.
I'll do that. Good luck with the sensors.
There's some things where you can just kind of tell that, unlike the first game, the first Peter, not first Peter, the first Spider-Man, and where he had 8 years, Miles still getting used to it. You'll see him flail around a bit, whereas Peter was like, whoop.
There are way too many wires on this one. It's gotta be messing with the signal. Where do these cables go?
I mean, yeah, I mean, jeez. That, not okay.
Gotta get inside that shack. Maybe I should try the front door.
Yes, try the front door. Whoop.
Hey, yourself! Signal relays are being jammed by something.
Yeah, by this?
This is crazy tech. Hate to do this, but...
The sensors are back online. What did you do?
Took care of the guy messing with it. And it looks like they left some of their toys behind. Hey, I'm gonna have to call you back. Whoa. Bet I could use this to make those hollow drones Pete designed. This tech has a pretty unique RF. Wonder if I can track it. Huh. Looks like there's a bunch more of these around the city.
Okay then. Wait, Venom Punch is a single enemy. Increase the range of Venom Punch. Splash damage. Okay.
time to try out those new holo drones.
Get back! You can't be all on! Use the holotape! Look there! Around him!
Hey, Underground! We gotta stop running into each other!
Holographic assistance.
Never approach you! We'll kill you!
Take that!
Get out of our way!
Man, these drones were a great idea!
Analyzing possible combat tactics. My mind is going. I can feel it. Stand by.
There you go.
Okay. Hope the trains are running again. Should check in with Uncle Aaron.
Yeah,
Hey, Mr. Davis. How are things looking now?
I've got a signal, but the train's on the tracks. It must have gone down at the yard.
It was the Underground messing with your sensors. I'm thinking. Does Roxxon ever use the subway to ship new form?
Roxxon? The subway system was designed to carry people, not freight. This line got some updates when Roxxon Plaza.
So they could be using it under the table. I'll follow up on it. So, you mentioned your brother. You got other family?
Haven't seen them in a while. I had to make some changes, like taking his job. I miss him, especially my nephew. We used to mix beats together.
Well, maybe now you can see him again. Them, your family.
Hope so, kid.
Yeah. I should go. Fight Underground. Bye.
Interesting. If this is similar to the Into the Spider-Verse, Aaron Davis is the Prowler. If I'm remembering Into the Spider-Verse correctly.
Underground's wrecking everything. Maybe I can stop them quietly.
Hurry! Tinkerer told us to get in and out quick.
Gotta split those guys up.
Man. What was that noise?
Oh, I see what it said again. That's actually why I restarted.
Underground's wrecking everything. Maybe I can stop them quietly.
Hurry it up! Tinkerer told us to get in and out quick.
Gotta split those guys up.
Man. What was that noise?
Nap time, bro.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yep. Like, makes sense.
look at me? Good time to try out Pete's visor tech. Nice. Now I can track them.
Oh, that's so goddamn useful. I like a lot. I think that's all of them.
What is going on with this thing?
Gotta be quicker than that. One down.
Hey!
Yeah. That's because I was being kind of smug. My bad.
Underground's wrecking everything. Maybe I can stop them quietly.
Hurry up before the cops get here! Stay away from them!
Yeah. They were safe, but I wasn't. Ah.
Underground's wrecking everything. Maybe I can stop them quietly.
I think maybe that guy is probably... Actually, that guy is probably the first to go, but then next is probably that guy.
One down.
Hurry up before the cops get here! Crew of Grand Central got jumped by that new Spider-Man. Everybody, hurry it up!
You think this whole plan will work?
If it doesn't,
You're done.
I know. These guys said they knew what they were doing. You're gonna snitch?
Watch out for
He's down.
spiders, man.
Who sees you from there? Just saying.
Angelo, see anything?
What is going on with this thing?
Didn't even see me.
And that's the point.
Tinker's plan better work. It's cold out
Hey, Gio, how's it look?
Bet you didn't see that coming.
Hey,
here. It'll be days before they get
hey,
these
someone
trains
check
back
on
the
Gio.
tracks.
He's not responding.
Be right there.
Here we go.
Nice.
There we go. Got almost all of them.
The hell? What was that? Here.
Not your lucky day. Sorry.
He can't hide.
That's all of them. Now to get the trains back on the tracks. Controls are probably in the office.
I did it completely stealth. Woot!
Tinkerer. Unc said that's their leader. Oh man, they read the controls. Gonna have to get the trains back on the tracks by hand. Or web. I can use that turntable. Spin the turntable, pull trains with webs. Should work. That works. Almost there. Need to get in front of it. That's not it. Uncle Dan sounds serious about wanting to get back in the family. I should reach out to him. As Miles. My dad never talked about what happened between them. Must have been bad.
Oh, try to line 3 trains up in front? Okay.
Whoa! That's right. Yes. Okay, one more. No. Need to get it to stay down.
Oh, I see.
It worked. We've got trains on the tracks. Now they need power. They busted the controls here too, but not the generator. Okay, I can use that to power the trains. Probably. My webs are conductive. trusty New York subway. Yes! Hey, Mr. Davis. Did anything change on your end?
Panels just lit up like Christmas. Good job, kid.
Glad to help. If anything else comes up, just post a note in the app.
Wait a second. I got a little something here for you. It's not much, but...
For me?
It's the least I can do for the guy who just saved my job.
Cool, cool. I'll head back now.
Hey, Miles. Just landed in Europe. How's day one of solo Spider-Manning?
Pretty good. I stumbled on a conspiracy in our neighborhood.
Classic. You have a plan?
Sort of making it up as I go.
The mark of a true Spider-Man. Well, if you need me, I'm a phone call away. And a cross-Atlantic flight, but it's fine.
Sure, man. Oh, and thanks for the gift. It is awesome.
You earned it. Oh, MJ needs me. Gotta go. Bye. Dude, fixing the subways made the app blow up. You have so many requests. Like, oh, this one's from Teos.
Oh, I should definitely check that out, now that the whole city's counting on me.
We're like the #1 app in NYC right now. Check it out as soon as you're done with your uncle. He still doesn't know you're you, right?
Had a couple near misses, but I kept my cover. I'll check the app as soon as I'm done here. Later. Gotta hit Finn back when I finish helping Unc.
Oh, Spider-Man!
Oh, hey, Mr. Davis. I'm almost there.
You gotta hurry, Spider-Man. Underground's here. Putting bombs on the tracks.
Bombs? For real?
Guess they didn't like you fixing things.
I'll get there as soon as I can. Hang tight, and don't go outside. Gotta stop this quick.
Hey, cool.
Not if I can help it. Take that. Bombs are down.
Well, I had Christmas dinner, and now I'm doing the Metropolitan, not Metropolitan, but the subway. I'm dealing with bombs.
On it.
Ah, come on. Come on, guys. Kabam!
One more. So last night you learned new forms getting shipped by train. Then today you attacked the trains. Why? To stop new forms? To steal it? We can't let the underground down!
Yep. One of the things that I realized back the enemy a bit, down the wall, down the ground, or against the wall. All you need to do is throw a couple web shooters at them, and they're down.
You did it, kid. Trains are back, underground's done.
Woo!
You do good work.
The next train is arriving in 5 minutes. Please stand clear of the approaching train.
And the trains are back on schedule. Woo! And now my internet quality is down, so hopefully it doesn't stay bad. But one for an hour 20 at least. But yeah, sticking people to walls or the ground is overpowered. You're not wrong. Mm-hmm. And like I say, I'm hoping that it's not just dead. So, yeah.
You okay, Mr. Davis?
Yeah, it should be able to go for 8 hours,
Oh, hey.
or however long. But yeah.
1 year unlimited subway pass.
Thanks.
Did I get the name right?
How did you... okay, gotta go.
Eh.
Hold up, Miles. I kind of suspected when I saw the news yesterday. Watching your moves on those escape cons, juking guys left and right. Could have sworn I was back at the park playing pickup with you and your dad. You were quick then. A lot quicker now. Don't worry. I won't tell your mom.
Promise?
Promise. Look at you. If your dad could see you now...
He'd probably freak out.
He'd definitely freak out. So you taking over for the other Spider-Man?
Nah. Like I said, he's just on vacation.
Right. And he left you in charge.
Yeah.
A lot of responsibility for a kid your age.
I can handle it.
Hope so. But listen, you get in over your head, you give me a call. I'm here for you. Got it?
Got it. Thanks, Unc.
Okay, I'm gonna need. I really need to look this up, because I think that he is the Prowler.
City definitely needs a Spider-Man. Should patrol for a while.
Because yeah. Yep, that's the prowler. One sec, I'll be back in a moment. And I am back.
Hola, mijo. I wanted to tell you, my favorite food truck will be at the rally tonight. Look out for a logo with a giant gyro.
Okay, thanks for the tip. Oh, Mom, I wanted to ask, since you know everything going on in Harlem right now, have you heard of the Underground?
Yes. They've been vandalizing Roxxon property, and I think they've been recruiting kids around the neighborhood. Why? They didn't try to get you involved in their mess, did they?
No. Uncle Aaron told me about him. Yeah. I ran into him at the subway stop by our house. Did you know he's working there?
No. You know I don't want you around him.
But you and Dad never told me why I wasn't allowed to see him anymore. He used to come by our place all the time.
That's for Aaron to explain. Give me 1 second. Sorry, honey, we're still setting up.
It's for Aaron to explain, except
Go save the world,
you
Mom.
don't want
One boat at a time.
him to even see Aaron.
My favorite son.
I've got steep competition. Love you. Bye.
Abs picked up another crime. Weapons deal.
Okay, let's do this weapon dealer. After I get another skill. So are you still there? Because the party invite is still open.
Making a weapons deal out in the open like that?
Take him out!
Pretty bold.
Gonna end you! Take that! Get ready for me! I got you now, kid! Going down, kid!
Let that be a lesson. Just don't do it again. Cool?
But don't do it again. Cool? Again.
Police will be...
Miles, we still meeting today?
Hey, Milky. How's it going?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I've been wrapped up in my own stuff. But I'm free now. Where?
Yep.
Sweet.
I'm able to hear you, but it's pretty low.
Oh, it's very low? What about now?
Now I think I can hear you pretty well.
West End.
Yeah, that's better.
By the Science Center? Why there?
You'll see. Don't be late.
So how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good, man. You liking
Huh?
Miles Morales more than Spider-Man, or?
I'm not sure. Honestly, Spider-Man 1 actually felt a little bit more fluid.
That's what I was saying too, but I was actually in the minority. A lot of people liked Miles Morales more.
I kind of like some of the extra abilities that I'm seeing here, but Spider-Man 1, but the first one, it actually felt like I was talking about how much I like traversing the city. This one just it feels like a button press is just a little bit too slow. If that makes sense.
Oh, you feel more of a delay, like in the button inputs.
I'm just thinking that might be it, because it just doesn't feel right, and I'm thinking it might be.
Call up Insomniac and ask him what's going on with this.
but all I can say is that it doesn't feel fluid, and I'm guessing that the reason why it doesn't feel fluid is that the button timings aren't quite it, if that makes sense.
No, I definitely was. I notice stuff like that whenever I go. Well, I mean, for example, right now I'm playing The Last of Us, and I mean, when I go and play a game like Destiny, I'm gonna notice how much slower The Last of Us was.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed stuff like that too. I mean, someone like you who plays such a wide variety of games, you're gonna notice shit like that too.
Oh yeah, and it's not always something that I can quite put my finger on. It's a lot of times just kind of a feeling. And
it's more so like an experienced person would notice it, and it's kind of something that no one else would.
Yeah, and when I'm fighting, it doesn't quite feel quite as connected like as the first one does.
What's infuriating is that the question is so simple, but it seems
It's not a bad game, but if the first game if it wasn't connected to the first game, I'm not sure I'd be all that interested in continuing it that much.
I'm gonna keep looking into them, and if you have a tip, please send it my way.
I see what you mean.
Until next time.
So if they had given Miles Morales like his own little spin-off story, it didn't include Peter, and you wouldn't really have an incentive to continue playing it.
Oh no, what I'm saying is that if the first game didn't happen, I'm not sure that I'd care that much.
Oh, okay.
Because the first game's gameplay is what made it so good. The story was good too, don't get me wrong, but there's not a lot of open world games that make me actually really want to get all of the collectibles. I've played most of the Assassin's Creed games, and when it's like, collect the feathers comes up, I'm like, yeah, fuck off. And I pretty much collected every backpack in the first Spider-Man game before progressing anything. Because I was just like, I'm just flying around the city. This is fun. Yeah, but then the backpacks, which is basically the same thing. I'm like, yep, give me that. Yeah, so the first Spider-Man just kind of had an it factor.
Glad you're okay.
It just worked. And at the moment, I'm not really feeling it with the web traversal right now. It kind of feels like more of a chore.
You haven't gotten like a little boost that you can do?
Well, what kind of boost are you talking about?
Like
Because there's the point zip, the point launch, there's that stuff, but it doesn't feel just as.
He had this ability where you can like boost himself with his venom abilities in the air.
Oh, I haven't gotten that yet.
Okay.
No.
I wonder if that's gonna be like a spike of excitement for you, because that's when I was like, holy shit.
It might, but my point still remains that from the get go of the first one, it was just fun. And it had to do with the fluidity of it. And like when I do a point launch, I'm not really feeling all that much from it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I really do.
It's like it's almost like, why am I bothering doing the point launch? It's not a bad game at all, but it's not grabbing me the way that the first one did.
For me, my biggest problem with Miles Morales, and if I had like any critiques for it, it would be Miles' voice. I wasn't a big fan of his voice, to be honest. But I mean, he still is a kid, you know. It's not like I have the deepest voice ever or anything either. It was just like, dang, bro. Every time I was playing, I was just like, man, I'm a little kid.
Well, honestly, that comes close to something I was thinking about with his first suit. This is not. It's not a criticism of his first suit, but it is a criticism of the super suit, because. Because the thing is that the first suit was just like cloth, but this is a super suit that he was given. How about since the mask is supposed to mask who he is, how about the super suit include like a little bit of a voice changer?
Something, yep.
Because I mean, he's actually
hilarious that he had like shoulder pads and knee pads on his suit.
Yeah, but a lot of people like me, maybe not a lot of people, but enough people identify it based on voice more than by visual. And if someone that I knew was in this suit and just talked to me, I'd be like, wait, I know who you are.
Hold on a minute.
And the point of the suit is to hide who he is. And if you're just working with cloth, that's one thing. You don't have the ability to do it. On the other hand, he's also already been shown to be an inventor. So even if he didn't have a lot of money, he could probably have cobbled something. But then this super suit, why the hell isn't there a voice changer? It's like, oh hi, you're Miles. I mean, his uncle basically went, Miles, hi.
Real, dude, his uncle did know who he was right off the bat.
Yeah. So, I think that kind of makes my point. And it kind of goes along with what you were saying, that, yeah, it's from our perspective a little bit of a what the hell, and from the in-universe perspective, this is a bad idea.
It's that giveaway.
Yep.
What? I'm trying to think of other criticisms that I have from Miles.
But yeah, as I said, this is a good game, I think. But I don't see the big praise for it like I saw, like I understand the praise for the original.
Yeah. Can you understand like all the backlash that happened when Miles Morales came out?
I can see the headlines.
Yeah,
saying that it was a cash grab and a DLC and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that, Yeah, I can see it. I don't think it was accurate. I honestly don't think that criticism was accurate, because this does look like a full game on its own,
Or
but it
something
looks
like
like it looks like a substandard sequel,
happy to help.
is what I would say about it. It's a
I would say
sequel,
if it was,
it's a sequel, and I'm not going to claim that it's not a sequel, because I think this is in fact a sequel. It's not a DLC, but I think it is a
type sequel.
yeah, and worse programming.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're telling me that you're feeling like input, like
Yeah,
delay and stuff like that.
It feels to me like there was less care put into the design of the game. Because
because while they were working on Miles Morales, they were also working on the remastered version of the original one too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So I wonder how you'll like Spider-Man PS4 on the PS5 then, because they changed it to like a.
Lord knows, because I don't envision myself getting a PS5 anytime in the near future. I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
because you're not interested, or just because you're not trying, like.
Well, there's two parts of that. One part is I don't have tons of money. Another thing is, as far as I'm concerned, the freaking PS4 is still mythical. I'm not convinced it exists.
That is crazy, dude. I mean, I lucked out, like I said, paying regular price for my PlayStation Direct.
Even this far after it was released, it's not sold in stores near where I am.
I've never seen one in store.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen one in store, so Rapid was bothering me when he was making his remarks about it being available and like you just gotta get one and stuff like that. I'm like, no, dude, it genuinely isn't as available as you think.
No, it really isn't. I am not.
It is not.
Jokingly, yeah, I'm gonna say I'm not convinced it exists. I think it's I think it's a hoax. I don't actually think that, but that's what it feels like. It's like, oh hey, there's these PlayStation 5 games sold in the store. Oh, PlayStation 5? No, we don't have one of those to sell you. It's like, then why are you selling the games?
They're selling like PS5 games and accessories. It's like, we've never sold the PS5 games.
Yeah.
Simon Krieger took over after inventing a new form, Roxxon's super.
So yeah.
Go completely out of range. You never know. One day might just fucking pop up out of the blue.
And if it does, it's still gonna be priced at like $600.
And that's what sucks too about getting it like in store, you know, dude. They're most likely gonna bump up the price. Dude, I mean, I literally, I said what I said. I paid regular price for mine because I got it from Sony, like directly from Sony.
Yeah.
I had to wait in a queue for that.
And the other thing to kind of remember for me is that I am used to being behind the curve by at least one generation, because I just get it, because that's just how I've always been. But right now,
yeah, my friend, she used to consider herself like that too. She said she rode the late train. That's what she used to say.
And for all you guys who are like, I don't have a new game to play, I'm like, yeah, do you guys have any clue how many games I have to play?
Fucked.
It's like, yeah, it sucks to be you guys who are actually current on your shit.
Dude, when you do where is Deathloop at? That was what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, you know, whenever you do get the chance, I would hope you check out Deathloop. That game is actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
like, next gen game wise.
Well, actually, that's on the PlayStation 4. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Deathloop is on the PS4?
Oh, not Deathloop. I was thinking of Death Stranding.
Hell yeah. Oh, no.
Because it was you who was telling me about Death Stranding, so that's what I was thinking about.
Oh yeah, I love Death Stranding, man. I would say, like, I think a lot of people got burned out on Death Stranding trying to be their regular selves, like completionists who want to do all the side quests and stuff like
Oh God,
that. I gotta say,
I have never been a completionist. The fact that I completed so much in PlayStation in the PS4 Spider-Man is a testament to the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man. If you've never looked at how many platinums I have, yeah, I have. Mass Effect is the only place I have platinums, and those kind of happened accidentally.
I play Mass Effect so much because of you guys.
You need to play it.
The original series by myself. I do. I know I would love it. I know I would love that series. There's no doubt in my mind.
Just out of curiosity, I mean, you've been in there, and you've been in that chat, but have you caught the fact that I've actually played almost all of it on Insanity?
No, I realized that like when I first joined, like it was one of your streams when you were playing Mass Effect actually, and you were saying, "Yeah, I'm doing this for fun" or some shit like that. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was tripping out because you were telling me like you've already beaten it on Insanity before some junk. You were just going through it like it's one of your favorite series.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, "Holy shit!"
Well, actually, the Insanity was the new thing. And I was like, I'm going to do this on Insanity.
Okay.
And I still need to actually finish Mass Effect 3 on Insanity. The thing that caught me up was that tripped me up was that apparently one of the DLCs on Insanity is actually motherfucking insane, as opposed to the rest of it that I'm just like, yeah, this is fine. But because the thing is that you have to fight your clone at the end of it, as well as this other Super Trooper person. And as I'd have one of them almost down, suddenly all their shields and health just regenerated, and they kept doing that.
Dude, that's annoying.
And it was just like, oh my God! And I spent days stuck on that. And what I need to do is get back to it. No, it's actually just that it's that evil.
Oh my gosh, that's fucked up, dude. That is sinister.
But it's a DLC. It's not needed to beat the game. So what I need to do is get back to it and just ignore that DLC.
Stay away from the burden.
But yeah, because the thing is that, there is nothing that is stopping me from beating the rest of it. That would have just really motherfucking evil.
Yeah, that sounds freaking. That sounds.
I'm happy to report
yeah.
service to the area
Now, keep in mind that the way that I'm playing the game, for that one, I'm not playing a gun bunny. What I'm playing is I'm going to blow you up with my mind character.
Oh, that's how I kind of did my character in Andromeda, but I don't know what it's like in the original series with mind powers.
Well, frankly, that changes very much between each of the Mass Effect games.
Oh, okay.
So
that's probably going to be how I make my character. I love using like smarts and stuff like that.
You're able to change your character type between each of the games. So you're not locked into Gun Bunny or Adept or whatever throughout the trilogy. And it's in my opinion, the engineer or the sniper is the best for the first two, but for the third,
what is engineer? That one already sounds kind of cool to me.
The engineer basically lets you sabotage enemies' weapons and overload them. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're firing at me, guess what? Your guns are overheating now.
So it's like Batman, the Arkham, like the Arkham series, like the stealth mission, like Sparks, but you have, that gun that he gets where you can like stick their weapons and malfunction them too?
Yep.
Oh, dude, that is freaking sweet. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I like stuff like that.
So yeah, the engineer, the engineer and the sniper characters are my first two favorites.
Supplies are being stolen
But for the third one, I specifically took the Adept for a particular reason. The reason is that when you're playing on Insanity, you don't get all that much ammo. But if you're using mind powers, you don't need ammo. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And after doing some research, I figured out how to how to actually you make it so that if you do a couple powers one after the other, it primes an explosion and then it makes an explosion. So I'd like lift an enemy and then I'd throw another thing at them and it would make this explosion around them, which deals a percentage of damage. And that's important because the enemies have more damage, have more hit points. But if you're doing something that deals a percentage of damage to them, it doesn't matter if they have more hit points. Mm-hmm. Your damage scales.
That is freaking awesome. I'll probably end up playing something like that too. I'm serious about getting it.
Now, this sort of stuff doesn't matter quite so much if you're not playing on the really hard difficulty level, but yeah. But yeah,
is there benefits to like playing on like hard difficulty level? Like, do you only get the automatic difficulty or something?
No, the benefit is bragging rights.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those.
Because like Natso is the one to ask about Mass Effect lore, because he's gonna kick my ass on that. But he's just looking at me when I'm playing on Insanity, going, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because I figured that with how big he was into it, that he knew some other stuff. He's like, I don't know. I've just been gaming for literally almost my entire life.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be me by the time I'm freaking gone. Genuinely, like, I mean, I didn't start gaming it heavily until I would say just after middle school. I mean, I used to play games, but after middle school is when I really started. Like that summer, I just remember playing nothing but Xbox. But my uncle, when I was a little kid, he had a Sega Genesis, and he had a PS1, and so I touched, those consoles, and I, dabbled around on, like, the OG Crash Bandicoots, and there was even this rollerblading, like, game that I remember playing so much. It was like roller skating, rollerblading, or something.
Yep.
First console that I got for myself was a PS2. It was the skinny one. and I remember I wanted the fat one, so I eventually got like the fat one eventually. Then I got an Xbox 360. I had shared the original Xbox with one of my nephews. So it wasn't my own.
Mm-hmm.
Then after the 360, I got a PS3, and I got a PS3 when the hackers freaking took down the PSN for like the month, so I got it at the worst time ever, and I traded it in for another Xbox because my last one had broken because of Red Ring of Death.
I've heard about the Red Ring.
Yeah, and then from freaking the Xbox again, I decided to move on to the PS4 because that's where all my buddies were going to. Yeah, dude, I think I'm gonna get a PS4.
Spider-Man can't save you. Only opening this door can.
I just remember, when I got my PS4, I had only played one game, and it was with my buddy who had a PS3, The Last of Us. So, The Last of Us Remastered came out with the PS4. I got that whole bundle together. Yeah, I mean, I got another Xbox, like the Xbox One, but I ended up giving it to my dad because he loved Forza. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I remember his face on that. He was just like, "So this is what it's like getting a console." And I just remember, he was cracking up with that like a little kid. And yeah, from the PS4, I mean, I liked everything that I played on the PS4, and none of my friends were on Xbox anymore, so I inevitably just went to the PS5.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so what do you think my first console was?
You're fucking an OG, dude, so, I'm gonna genuinely say it. You had to be, like, on the Atari or something, or...
That's literally it.
Yeah, dude, you're an OG, man. You're a badass.
It's like, oh, my first console was a PlayStation 2. I'm like, uh-huh.
Yeah, that was my first like personal one. You know, like that was genuinely my own. So that's gonna be where I started my journey to. PS2
Now,
was the start of mine.
The first one that I personally bought was the original Nintendo.
A friendly neighborhood user
Oh,
just
okay,
spotted a
so now
weapons dealer
right
going
there,
down.
I would probably have to say mine was the PS4. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing with the Nintendo was that my parents were not were a little bit on the fence about it, but they're like, okay, if you save up for it, you get it. And I was getting like an allowance of $1 a week or something like that. I forget the exact amount, but the amount of time it would have taken me would have been insane. And
Dude, that is persistence.
And I got, I think it might have been $2 or $3 a week or something like that, but still. And I just wasn't willing to buy myself a candy bar or anything. And after I got to like the halfway point, my parents were like, well, shit, he actually really, really does want it and is willing to save for it. So they still made me pay for what I'd saved. But they're like, yep, we'll pay the other half.
That's awesome though in a way, dude. That really is.
Oh yeah, they're just like, holy shit, he's doing it.
Like, this freaking guy, he is stoked for this thing. That's cool. Well, I mean, honestly, man, if I was, you know, like a father and my son was showing some serious dedication to something like that, I would have no choice but to, you know, fulfill that dream of theirs, dude. Like,
yeah, and honestly, it actually showed what they wanted to see, that I was actually willing to save. Because they're like, yeah, if you're willing to save, you can get it.
They definitely seen character in you right there, for sure.
And then when the Super Nintendo came out, it was a similar thing, except it wasn't a thing that they just decided. They're like, okay, this is the thing. We'll match you dollar for dollar. You come up with half of it, we'll come up with the other half.
I'm wanting to fight for it. During Martin Lee's attack on City Hall, my husband gave his life to protect others.
So yeah.
I want to honor his memory.
But one of my first games was literally Pong.
The best way I know.
Oh, the one with the little balls going back and forth, side to side?
Yep, that's it.
Dude, that shit's fun as hell though, man.
But literally, one of my first games I ever played.
Wasn't that created on accident?
I don't know.
I remember I was watching something about it, like you know, some dude like in a, I don't think it was actually had anything to do with the Navy, but they were like in some boat and they were messing around with the equipment. He was saying like when the game was created on accident or something. Yeah, I was like, wow, that is freaking hilarious.
Ah, nice here. In here? I'm not sure if I'm going to keep playing this at the moment. I might look for something else to play, to be honest.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that, dude. It goes down for everyone. You know, if you're not feeling it.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm like,
boot up Last of Us and see what and see what I think of it now.
I'm wondering like what you were bored of. Do you remember like why you might have been bored? Like was did it feel slow or something?
I literally don't remember any particular cause of it. It was just I don't care.
Okay, so it's probably one of those days you're just like, let's see what's going on in here, and it wasn't it. You know?
Yeah, it very well could be that. And like I've said, especially with For Last of Us 2, I have plenty to say about the malfeasance of Naughty Dog and how they completely fucked up everything about the marketing, were assholes about it, did everything wrong about it. But that doesn't have to do with the game itself. That just has to do with them as a company. And the fact that they are a piece of motherfucking shit company. Because they are.
What they did with Joel is fucked up, dude.
Well, what they did with Joel is fucked up. But even beyond that, I mean, a lot of people who were upset were like, okay, if it had been done differently, if you guys hadn't marketed it in this way, in this deceptive way, that made it look like Joel was going to be a big part of it, because that's what part of the problem was.
That's what I was bummed out about.
Yeah, but
because I don't know how far into the leaks of The Last of Us 2 you got.
Oh, I've seen tons and tons of leaks. I haven't seen like plot for plot, but
Yeah.
I know what happens.
Happened with even after the stuff that happens with Joel, seeing the trailer, bro, it still made me believe that later on down the line he was going to come back.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. They deceptively
they fucked up big time advertising it like he was alive.
I'm not even sure it's a fuck up. They deceptively advertised it. They did it on purpose. That's what I'm saying. And the fact that they did it on purpose, it's not just people mistakenly thought it. They did it on purpose. It was deceptive advertising. And that wasn't okay. So yeah, it was just, what the fuck is your problem, guys? And aside from that, you got the people critical of it. I mean, love or hate D-Day Cobra, Jeremy Griggs from Geeks and Gamers. And a lot of people hate him, and I understand why. But he was posting in little GIF memes about Last of Us 2, and they actually it struck his Twitter account for doing that, and that's why he lost his account, because of some GIFs that he posted. How messed up is that? Yeah, and there are all these people who, your guys' problems with him is about what he says. The reason he got suspended is because a corporation actually decided that they didn't like his speech. This isn't the win you guys think it is. And that's one of my problems with all these people who are supposedly the good guys. It's like, yeah, do you guys understand what you're actually quote unquote fighting for? I don't think many of them do. But if I say that to them to their face, for the most part, they end up going, "Oh, you're so terrible."
Do you speak up about that? You'll have more rainbows outside your house than you could have ever imagined.
Yes.
That community is they're very aggressive. The Last of Us.
Yeah, and what kills me.
A lot of it is because the type of people that
Apps picked up another crime.
Community, and it is the LGBT plus like style people. It's
yeah,
understandable, but they fell to The Last of Us because of Abby, Ellie, and I mean it is a deep narrative game, so they probably feel a little bit of, I'm gonna say it, woke.
Yes.
When it comes to that game, and
oh yeah,
I think they need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah. And here's the really funny thing. All these people that I know would come at me for some of the things I say, I actually support them. I actually do support. It's like, you know, you guys who would come after me for some of the things I say, I support your tactics, but I support you. And actually, I'm gonna say it because it's like 2 hours into this, and no one's gonna see or hear this. But I support and I support those who are trans who are actually trans. I don't support.
I would never judge a person by something that's not gonna affect how I sleep.
Yeah, but I also do not support a who just says, I'm a different gender. No, you need to actually have gender. You need to actually have gender dysphoria. You don't just wake up and say, "Oh, hey, I'm this other gender now."
Yeah, you know, with everything going on, I think I'm gonna be a lady. Or
yeah.
You know what? Maybe I want to take that back. I want to be a man again.
That's kind of what I'm saying. And by the way, one of my best friends growing up is now a woman, and it explains so much actually. I'm completely on board with this. Like, holy shit, that actually explains so goddamn much, dude. And yeah,
dude, you should have told me before.
Well, she didn't know at that time.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that at one point I was talking about Street Fighter, and I was talking about how, goddamn, that's got to be hard for Chun-Li to fight in heels. And he was like, and apparently he was looking at me like, how do you know that? Because little did I know, the reason why he knew that was that he was in heels himself, trying it. And for myself, I was just like, my sisters. I talked to my sisters. That's how I know. But he was just kind of wondering, are you doing what I'm doing? It's like, and I found out about that years later. But yeah. So
Hi,
I've got zero problem with people who are trans, but you don't just wake up and say.
I think the thing that sucks for someone like me being so like nonchalant about stuff like that, going into like a conversation from the get-go, is that people that are affected by that tend to like tippy-toe around certain things because they expect a reaction from, you know, people who wouldn't get it. But dude, I'm like never going to judge you or critique you for something like that. It's never going to affect me. I'm always going to pay attention firstly to how we are as friends, as opposed to you know, what you feel for yourself personally. It's never gonna be my intention to make you feel different, or that's not normal. It's always gonna be my intention to make you feel happy and to remind you that no, dude, you're just yourself and it's okay.
Yep.
But it sucks because when you do talk to people that are, you know, gay or, you know, trans, or going through a personal dilemma where they don't know themselves, you know. What's a good word? What's a good word that I'm trying to say? They don't know who they are.
That's literally what I was about to say. Yes.
Yeah, like it's like they have these nervousness. How would you say nervousness? Is that a word?
Yeah.
They have like a nervousness for no reason when
anxiety. I think I might say.
Yeah, anxiety. You know, and it's like, come on, man. I know that a lot of the people outside are different than I am, but I would hope like whenever I meet someone like that and we're talking, they can right off the bat feel a comfort with me, because I'm never gonna care about something like that.
Looks like some raft escapees blocked off a street and
now
hostages.
another thing that I would say is like, with the quote unquote "don't say gay" bill. Yeah, guess what, guys? First of all, the bill was never motherfucking called that. You guys who do call it that have not read the bill, and you don't know what it's about. You just listen to your favorite person who tells you that you should be angry about it, and no, it actually, what is in it is saying just don't bring sex into the classroom. And it's not saying don't bring gay in, don't bring trans in. It's also saying don't bring hetero in. Now, what I never heard anybody criticize it for when they were talking about how it could be bad is that this is actually it could actually be criticized on the slippery slope argument. That okay, this isn't bad in itself, but what about if it goes next step? It makes it easier to go next step. That's what that is actually what it could have been criticized on. Did any of these morons ever use that? No. They just kept on talking about things that were not in there. And I got blocked by one person for me actually saying, I already know what you think about it and I don't want to talk to you about it. Because I already know what you think of it. And then he kept on wanting to, and they was like, that doesn't sound like, that sounds like you agree with us. I just don't want to talk to you about it because I know what you think. And then I got blocked, and then behind the block, the moron tried to cancel me. He called for people to actually to actually stop following me because I just found out that NetCat is a transphobe. And I'm like, and the reason why I knew that he did that is because I actually had one of my followers ask me what was going on because this moron and just said it. He didn't give the proof, like the context or anything. He just said that that's what it was. My response was, "Here's the thread. Go read it."
Friendly neighborhood user just spotted a weapons deal going down.
Dipshit. Tell me you don't know me without telling me you don't know me.
Yeah. And for people who, for some people who leap to misogyny for me, yeah, I know that this might be hard for you guys to grasp, but I was going to the Association for Women in Computing when I was in grad school. I also went to the men version, which was the ACM, Association for Computing Machinery, but I was supporting women in computing, and that's where I met my wife. Yeah, I'm a misogynist. You motherfucking morons.
Yeah, man, you're just the worst, apparently, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean,
haven't you heard?
Yeah, you saw that person who called me a misogynist and a scumbag, right?
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, my tweet was that tweet was just completely misogynistic. But he was okay to talk to me about it. But yeah, it was misogynistic. No, you weren't willing to talk to me about that.
You kept fucking telling him I know what you think, and the dude blocked you, bro. That is so funny, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just trying to imagine what they were probably thinking. They're looking at their phone like, "Oh, this fucker." Like,
yeah.
Like people get tilted on the internet.
I just find it funny when I say something that gets something, because like I make a point not to to do things that people will see that way, and when someone still decides to jump to that, it's like, yeah, guess what?
Oh.
If you decide to start a conversation with misogyny, I'm not taking you seriously. Because
I mean, there's a lot of shit that I wouldn't be calling people at all unless I had context. There's just things that you don't claim on someone unless you have fucking context or a reasoning.
Hey,
you know,
some cops and robbers are having themselves a car chase.
Yeah.
So odd. Claim someone's like some way and there's just no proof in the pudding.
And one thing that kills me is that, okay, I see these people who just go, who seem to go out of their way to look for wrong things, right? Yeah. And they quote tweet them, or whatever. They're going, "This is misogynistic, bro." Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, okay, how would you feel if I were to go and every time and look for or just call out every time I see a take that I thought was misandrist? Would you be okay with me? Because there's a lot of misandry out there. It's okay for it's okay for misogyny to be called out, but it's not okay for misandry to be called out.
There's a lot of goddamn, what the hell is that called? Double standards?
Oh, tons, yeah. And what I see is racism, i.e., the soft bigotry of low expectations. What I see is racism. Some of these people who are white knighting for shit think is good, and I'm like, no, that thing that you think is actually helping them is literally.
The first fucking company that comes to my mind is Twitch.
Yeah. Yes.
That shit's very white knighted.
Oh, YouTube too, frankly.
Oh, really? I don't really keep up with the politics of YouTube. I just hear about Twitch unbanning some chick who showed her ass every other day.
Chick who showed her ass. That's not what I was hearing lately. I was hearing about the chick who had sex on stream.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to get too in detail. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And she's back streaming her league, dude.
Actually, something I should probably mention. The reason why I said it after 2 hours, apparently, from everything that from what I've seen and heard and everything, after 2 hours, you don't get community guideline strikes.
Oh, for real?
yeah, they stop monitoring it after 2 hours. You can do some really messed up shit after 2 hours.
Holy shit, dude. The fucking glitch in the Matrix.
That's part of why I was like, oh wait, it's after 2 hours. Yeah, that's why I started talking.
That is freaking funny. So I did not know that.
Yeah, have you ever watched Nick Rekieta?
No, I haven't. I don't know who that person is.
He's a YouTube lawyer, but a really good one that covers a lot of shit. He's currently under a strike right now because, well, let's just say that Keffels is a biatch. But
what happened?
Oh,
damn, that's a whole bunch of shit that happened then.
Yeah. So, do you know anything about Kiwi Farms?
No, I do not.
The amount of things that you just randomly don't know always amazes me.
I know. I'm so sorry, dude.
No, it's okay. It's just funny.
My surface knowledge is spread in so many different corners and it's empty in so many different others.
Yeah. Okay. So, first thing, Kiwi Farms. And I'm not a fan of... First, I would like to make it clear, I'm not a fan of Kiwi Farms. But I accept their existence because free speech. Kiwi Farms basically is a site where people come to make threads about what they call what we all call lol cows. Do you know what a lol cow is?
I do not, but the tone of this is seemingly like I'm gonna learn something drastic.
Oh yeah, a lol cow. I'm sure you know what lol is. Laugh out loud. A lol cow is somebody that you milk for lols.
Oh, it's like a fucking bully, like a bully target in the sense of what I say.
Kind of, yeah. I know that the example I'm about to say you probably also don't know, but do you know Vosh? Have you heard of Vosh?
I
have not heard of Vosh.
There are some people who are who consider themselves very serious communists and all this stuff, and first of all, communism, trash, evil, blah. But
Russia.
Yes, we don't need that. But you don't need to like someone for them to be a lol cow. And like Vosh has these takes that, oh my god, if you don't take him seriously, it's hilarious. So he's kind of my lol cow. Oh, do you know Movie Bob? Oh my god, you don't know you don't know Movie Bob?
No. I'm looking this guy up now.
I'm blocked by him.
Oh, he's a YouTuber.
Yeah, he's a really bad one too.
Seems like
he likes.
Definitely looks like the type of dude that I would fucking get in a fight with.
Yeah. Please tell me you know about cuties.
Hey, did you know there's a weapons deal going down near you?
The little tangerines?
No, the movie Cuties.
No, I just looked it up. I've never watched it.
Oh, I haven't watched it. My wife watched it for me. Because she knew that I would get angry. Very, very angry. Basically, cuties. Yes, kids twerking and doing little...
that's fucking...
Oh, it's fucked up.
I don't like shit like that.
No.
Fucking people filming that are weirdos. Fuck that.
Yeah, and the way that they... and the way that they actually casted for it... Oh, they got so many softcore porn, basically, while doing that. And Movie Bob supports it. The way I got blocked was that I actually directed somebody who was going after another YouTuber who was trying to be objective about it, but also did not support it. But this person didn't quite get it. They're going after Cynical CJ for it, and I was like, no, wrong person. Go over and take on Movie Bob, who actually thought Cuties was good. And Movie Bob goes, "This is literal targeted harassment," blocks me, and says it to all of his followers. And I could have bunkered down for a barrage. Not one person came at me. At that point, I realized that Movie Bob has people who like watching him be a moron. He doesn't have followers.
Yeah.
but
and the fucker doesn't even know it.
Yeah.
He genuinely called out for support, and it's like, bro, they're looking to laugh at you. They're not looking to support you.
Yeah, not a single person came at me. I didn't get a single report on anything. It was insane. I was like, I really was like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
And nothing happened.
Yeah. Whenever you actually do get noticed by someone with a fucking following, there always is that little moment of, are there a little bandwagon of bitches gonna come, or is it gonna be something simple?
Yeah, and I didn't get a single person.
He's a joke, bro. He's joking his own followers.
How bizarre is that?
I mean, I'm flabbergasted at the thought of it. I mean, fuck, bro. You know, that's a realization that I didn't even fathom when you were telling me the story.
Yeah.
No, dude. That, you know, I was waiting for you to tell me about, like, you know, them ganging up on you or something, but no.
Yeah,
that must have felt pretty good for you to notice that. That realization must have felt good.
Yeah, it was just like, holy shit, this guy doesn't actually have people who care about him. But so that's allowed.
Stupidity's the entertainment.
Yep. So this guy's a lolcow, and people on QE Farms, it's basically just a forum where they follow people on who say stupid shit in public and they archive it. That's basically what QE Farms is. Now the bad thing about QE Farms that makes me go is that there is doxing that happens on it.
Oh yeah, doxing's dangerous, man. There are
Yeah.
a lot of weird people that would do something with an address.
But here's the thing. They're not taking it from private sources. They're taking this shit from public sources. And
that's their little loophole.
Yeah, but if you are in favor of free speech, can you really say that a group that is just showing public information should be shut down? Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't like it. But if you support free speech, you have to support things you personally don't like.
There's pros and cons to, you know, having any freedom. There will always be that.
Yeah, and you may have noticed I'm extremely close to being in a free speech absolutist. Not completely, because child porn, get the fuck away from me, going to jail now.
That's some
so I'm not quite a free speech absolutist, but I come really damn close to one.
Yeah. I can't say that, you know, like I would be like that, but the way that sounds, it would make me feel like I would almost fall into that line, because I am pretty open-minded to a wide variety of things, but there are a couple things that I am absolutely like, bro, that's too much.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't say I'm a free speech absolutist. It's just that it's just that I come close to it, but I recognize that there are things that fuck off, no. And child porn is an example of it.
Yeah, man, I mean, I understand people being born with very bad things in their head.
Oh yeah,
but there are things like that that I'll never understand. I just can't.
Well,
I just can't.
Okay, here's the thing that I can't say on Twitter because nuance does not exist on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Fucking app, man.
Yeah. The thing about pedophilia is that if you are a pedophile who recognizes that your urges are bad and evil, and you're in therapy, and you are doing everything you can to keep yourself from doing anything, I will not ostracize you. But also, those people since they're not proud of it, they don't go on Twitter and proudly state, I'm a motherfucking map. If you,
and amongst that, the good ones who, I mean...
They don't want people to know that they see it as the shame that it is.
They're self-aware that something's wrong with them.
Yeah, so they're not going to be the people out there that we see try to normalize this bullshit. So what I'm saying here doesn't even apply to the people that we see on Twitter doing this stuff. Because they are trying not, they're not proud of it.
Yeah, they don't want it publicized, they want that out of their life, if anything.
Yeah. And by the way, part of this comes from the fact that I work with people with special needs. And and some of these people, this has happened because they were abused as children themselves. And they don't want to do any of this stuff. And part of my job with them is actually sometimes to keep them to, okay, there are kids over here. We're going someplace else now.
Yeah.
Do I think that they're bad? No, I don't. Do I think that they need to... Do I think that they need me to stay out of situations that would be bad for everyone, them and the kids? Yes. If you're a pedophile, whether you have done anything or not, stay away from kids. Keep yourself away from kids. Do not be a teacher. Do not be in any profession that has you anywhere near children. Just don't. So,
just picked up a car chase.
Yeah.
Robbers won't be expecting
That's my opinion on pedophiles. Well, okay, to finish my opinion on pedophiles is the moment that you actually offend, yeah, get on the wall. You're dead.
I'm a little upset with
you're motherfucking dead to me the moment that you give in to that. But I'm not going to vilify you until that.
I think the way we handle certain criminals of, like higher degrees is a little cowardly in my opinion. I think,
yeah.
Wasting the resources on the cell and, is a bit ridiculous as opposed to a single 9mm round firearm that's very much available. Just tell them good night.
I kind of agree with there, but the reason why I don't is that this is actually another slippery slope thing, that when you give the state that power, it becomes a little bit easier to give them that power for other things that they might not be right about. And whereas I agree, because yes,
there's a quick solution, there's a way to abuse it.
Yes, that's kind of what I'm trying to say. For a person that there's no question about the fact that they did it, yeah. For specific things like doing things to kids, but that's a really easy way to let the state start doing other things.
Oh yeah, that would it would put the bloodlust in a couple people's fucking noses for sure.
Yeah. So now back to Kiwi Farms and Keffels.
Yes.
So like I was saying, they document lol cows, and they really document it. Like, there's something like 7 terabytes worth of information on that site. And we're talking text threads. It's like 7 terabytes worth is what's there. And
That's
Keffels.
a lot of fucking text.
Yeah. And Keffels is a Twitch streamer. And a trans woman. And unlike a lot of people, I've got zero problem calling Keffels she. It's fine. She. Yeah. But Keffels has done some pretty dodgy stuff in the past, including grooming minors in a Discord server, and proudly talking about making hormone replacement therapy in a bathtub and distributing it to minors without their parents' knowledge. Yikes. And guess what has this guess what place has this documented?
Kiwi Farms.
Yes. And
shit.
And Keffels decided to make a point of this, and suddenly the amount of hits that her thread got went up from like a few hundred to thousands, and then tens of thousands. And she started making a campaign to take Kiwi Farms down, which insanely has actually kind of been pretty successful. She succeeded where complete countries like New Zealand have failed. Just by crying about, they're trying to kill me, my dox is there.
Beating up innocent people is
And
not cool.
What the hell? This is a crybully on Twitch and Twitter, managing to do what a full-on country could not. And here is where any sympathy I would have had with Keffels goes away. Keffels stated that that she was going to dox any active user of Kiwi Farms and call their workplace and and tell their work know what they've been doing. Basically, actively trying to to take these people's jobs away in real life.
Yeah.
And okay, I thought your problem was that you were being doxxed and stuff. What are you doing now?
Contributing to doxing?
Yeah, so you no longer have... I already didn't like you motherfucking monster. But I was like, okay, you do have some... You do kind of have this high ground. Oh wait, you don't anymore. And what happened to Nick...
You just labeled yourself a hypocrite.
Oh yeah. And the reason why Nick got his second strike was that he was reading her thread. He didn't really know much about her, but he was reading her thread on Kiwi Farms, and he got to the part about the distributing hormone replacement therapy. And at this point, he was kind of drunk. And
yeah.
and he just went, "Wait, what? If you're doing this, then you need to get on the wall." And people have taken this out of context to be that she needs to be put on the wall and shot. And he literally said you had to get on the wall next to the other pedophiles and maps. And what that means to him is these are the people that we have that we outcast and ostracize from society. So like put them on the wall. But these people are like, he's threatened violence against her. Yeah.
What a fucking tornado, dude, of bullshit.
Yep.
I can only bet that keeping up with stuff like that actually is pretty entertaining. I've never heard of any of it, so that's why it's so alien to me, you know, like, dang, man. I mean, it's interesting to me. Holy shit.
I think you don't surf Twitter all that much.
I don't, dude. For me being on social media and shit like that, I really don't. I don't surf I don't surf the web. I'm gonna say I just don't surf.
I get bored.
Shit. I mean, from my understanding, I'm always gonna see it as you're the type of person where your brain doesn't stop running. So.
Oh hell no!
I think you're you're bored. You just want to fucking keep learning, dude. You don't know how to stop learning.
Mm-hmm. And so
that's your superpower, bro. You have to learn something like every day.
Yeah. And I'm actually on the Kiwi threads. Is the Kiwi Farms Telegram thread. So I actually have an idea at this point of what's actually going on, which is interesting. I don't actually know much about Kiwi Farms itself, like being audited or anything, but just as a free speech thing, I do not appreciate them being shut down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of like the idea in a way of knowing that there's a dedicated website to keeping receipts of people's weird shit. I don't know. As someone who doesn't like fucking weirdos and shit like that, I kind of appreciate it. That's a good service, dude. You know?
Oh yeah.
I can understand how it can get a little black market-esque with the boxing and stuff.
And like I say, I don't like they do things I don't like. But here's one thing that Nick actually pointed out: if you're going to take out Kiwi Farms because doxing happens on Kiwi Farms, okay, let's be consistent about this. Twitter has to go. Facebook has to go. All these other places have to go because, hey, guess what? Doxing happens on Twitter. People end up trying to kill themselves due to shit that happens on Twitter. So if you're going to say that Kiwi Farms has to go,
there's tons of fucking internet websites that gotta
go. Let's be consistent about this here, people. And that's part of why I can't really.
If we were to take that website down, now that I'm aware of what they contribute, it would be kind of like taking away canine units from the police. You know, it's a fucking benefit to the internet. It really would be.
I mean, there is negative shit on it. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, for the most part, they're out there kicking bad's ass. You know, like
or just be
good sense.
Or just being assholes. Because that's the other thing. Do you know what the quartering?
No, I do not know what the quartering is.
Okay, he does some social commentary things, and on Twitter he tends to be a complete dipshit. I agree with a lot of his views, but my god, the things that he tweets, he needs a social media manager. Because like, dude.
Oh, he's very reckless is what he says.
Yes, but he's actually... One of his more famous gaffes is when somebody was saying, fuck Hitler, he went, oh, there it is. And the thing was that he was just getting sick of the virtue signal. It's like, yeah, fuck Hitler, there it is.
Yeah.
But when he said that, people are like, wait, that means you support Hitler? No, it doesn't. It's just that he's sick of the people virtue signaling. Going, this is such an easy virtue signal. There it is. But the way that he said it made it look like he was supporting Hitler. And it's just
like
dude.
It sounds better to him in his head than the thought of it actually being perceived by a fucking another.
Yeah, and he's done things like that before, and I'm just like,
oh my god.
And he's got like, I think he might be over 1 million subscribers at this point, and it's just like, dude, you actually do you actually do have employees for other things. You need to employ a social media manager / nanny, because. My God! but part of what I was going to say about what I was going to say about him is that he's recently been swatted a couple times.
Oh shit!
And it's most likely because his docs information was on Kiwi Farms, and he's been one of the more outspoken people saying Kiwi Farms needs to stay up. Do I like the fact that my docs is on it? No, I don't. But Kiwi Farms should stay up. A person who is being negatively affected by them, who is going...
has actually had fucking bullshit sent to their house.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, no, stay up.
Yeah, getting swatted sucks.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, at this point, I don't think I'm gonna get swatted, but frankly, if some of these people saw my last half hour of talking to you, eh.
Shit, dude, that's scary, man.
Yeah, there's a reason why my name is not online. I am NetCat. My face is not online.
Yeah, I want to change all my stuff to separate my, because Shannon is my real name. I don't mind telling you that. I don't mind saying that.
Just remember, this is on stream.
Yeah, it's okay, man. Yeah, so Shannon, you know, like even just having my little name right there, I'm starting to not want that because dude, the internet is ruthless, bro.
Yep.
It's a ruthless place.
Yeah. So that's why from the very beginning I've been NetCat, and I've only told friends what my first name is, and I don't tell anybody my last name at this point.
Oh yeah, man, that's respectful. I'm never gonna ask that of you.
Oh yeah.
It's called. I mean, those type of precautions are needed in our day and age, and there's nothing like malicious about it. It's the friendship here. You know, I'm not gonna. Oh, you don't want to give me your last name? What the fuck, dude? We're not friends.
Oh, I know.
It's perfectly fine. Like you actually have to take care of yourself nowadays.
And actually, part of the reason why I originally was doing is that I work with people with special needs, and I've got some HIPAA stuff going on. So I figured that as long as I keep my actual name separated from my account, if I make a mistake and share a detail that maybe I shouldn't have, it's not going to come back on the people that I serve. And that's actually my biggest reason, because I don't want to accidentally have something come back on them.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's got to be a guilty feeling that you can only feel responsible for. You know, I would definitely want to do something like that.
Yeah. So I kind of see not having my actual identity out there as a little bit of a fire break.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can make my freaking Twitter right now. I already have my email set up for my soon-to-be stranger. I just have to make like the actual social medias.
Oh, did I ever tell you where the name NetCat came from?
You told me that it came from He-Man, I believe.
No, I did not.
Wrong.
Nope.
No, yeah, I might. Okay, all right.
That's where the Avatar came from.
Okay, that's where the Avatar came from. All right, so go for it then.
It's from Shadowrun. NetCat is my favorite technomancer in Shadowrun. And amusingly enough, NetCat is a female.
I've never played Shadowrun.
It's a really good, it's really good cyberpunk type game. It's got magic and futuristic stuff in the same setting.
Oh, Shadowrunners. Or is it called Shadowrun?
It's called Shadowrun.
Oh, okay.
It's a tabletop board game.
Yeah, it looks cool as fuck.
Not board gaming, tabletop role-playing game. And it's got some really cool lore in it. So
I always wanted to play games like that, like even an actual Dungeons and Dragons game. Like, you know, I've always wanted to do something like that.
I actually grew up with that. I've not played an extra. I've not played a real role-playing game in a long time.
Yeah, that's something that like I've always craved as, you know, like my inner like child. I've never gotten to experience something like that, and always thought it was cool as shit. Because I mean, dude, I do voice impersonations like all the time. I fuck around, you know, like.
Oh, cool.
I like, yeah, I role played like not seriously, like I fuck around like that all the time in my games. Like in The Last of Us, you know, I'll be walking around with my revolver, like, all right, buddy, your time's up. You know, like I just mess around like that. So I feel like if I had a group of friends and we played some shit like that, it would be pretty entertaining.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I have kind of toyed with the idea of doing a role of doing a roleplay game at some point. So if I do, I'll definitely keep you in mind.
Dude, that would be freaking. Literally, that's like a fucking bucket list thing for me. You know, I've always wanted to experience something like that. Yeah, I think stuff like that is really neat.
I've never done something like that other than in person. So I'm not sure how it would really work, but other people do it. But I know other people do it via the internet. So
I mean, there's webcams and shit like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of ways to go around the quirkiness of distance.
Oh, gotta get more rolling. Oh my god, you'll never believe what I
So yeah. So part of the way, part of the reason why I was NetCat is because when I was first started on Twitter, I didn't really want anybody to know what my gender was. So I actually intentionally coded my account as female.
That is freaking awesome.
I did make a policy to never claim that I was female, however. I just let people make their own assumptions.
There's still someone out there like,
oh yeah.
I never knew if he was actually a man or a woman.
Oh, you have no clue how many times I got misgendered.
That is freaking crazy, dude.
And there were a lot of people who were like, holy shit, you're a guy. And I'm like, yep. So
fucking mind blown.
So even though I coded my account as female, yeah, I never claimed I wasn't. I never claimed I was one. And as was pointed out to me at one point, since I had in my profile original EU fanboy, that should have given it away. It didn't even occur to me. But I had fanboy in the friggin' profile.
You were so naive, they never even checked it, dude.
Yeah, but these are the people who say that we need to go check everybody's profiles for their pronouns. and they never checked my profile. They never checked my profile.
That is freaking hilarious.
Oh, and also as far as pronouns go, if you want me to call you a he or a she or even they, as long as I realize it, I'll call you that. If you want me to call you Z, Zer, Zim, no. I will call you by real pronouns. I will respect your real pronouns that you asked me to call you by. I will not call you by made-up pronouns.
I know one day I'm gonna get in trouble because I call everyone like dude. I'll call.
As far as I'm concerned, dude, it is not gendered.
I hope not, dude. Because that's dude. I said it again.
Yeah.
Because that's like my favorite freaking word, man. It's like coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You gotta love the fact that I've just been web slinging around the town for like the last half hour.
For real, dude. That's literally what I freaking do all the time when I start playing that damn game.
Well, it's more that I've been concentrating on our conversation than anything else.
Yeah, I just checked in right now too. I'll be doing that. I'll just put on some music and my friends come over. Right there, just swinging around while we're talking and do whatever the hell we do. But yeah, swinging around in that game, it's easy to just lose time.
But yeah. Now, part of the reason why I'm really not concerned about some stuff I'm saying is that because I was kind of expecting the stream to die like a lot of the others had been dying, I did not advertise the stream. There's no Twitter advertisement for
Don't
it.
want to keep Finn waiting.
You're the only person that I gave that I shot a link to.
Completely under the radar.
Yeah, I might
This is
actually.
all under the radar, dude.
That I'm thinking that I might actually unlist this.
If you want to, by all means, go for
Yeah,
it.
I think it might be safer if I do.
Your safety, how you walk the lines, because I learned today some stuff about the internet that I will walk slowly more on now.
Yeah.
I did not know that a website like Kiwi Forms existed. I did not know that there are locales where people were, I did not know that. I learned today that the internet is a dangerous place.
Oh,
I don't even know if that's a fucking word.
I could make you even more scared. I've been meaning.
I believe it, man. I mean, I know of like fucked up websites where you can see bad videos of like people being killed and shit, but no, this is like other shit, dude.
Yeah.
These are the other dangers of the world.
I've been meaning to actually make a series of videos, possibly shorts or maybe not shorts, of basically what you need to know about Twitter.
You know, dude, that would actually take off. I am telling you right now, that would actually probably take off for websites you didn't know existed on the internet. You know, stuff like that actually would fucking me. I would be all over it now. I like learning and hearing about shit, dude. So you explain things to me, it's everything to someone like me. I like learning.
It just amazes me how naive you are sometimes.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I try and just coast it. You know what I? You know, like even though I don't know how fucking dangerous the water is I'm drinking, I'll be like, a little sip won't hurt, I guess. I just coast it, dude. I just coast it.
Yeah, and by the way, my wife completely stays off Twitter. She's like, you couldn't pay me enough to be on there.
That's smart. That is smart.
And so sometimes
not, like, believe in the mental stresses of social media.
Well, she's on YouTube. Well, like she watches YouTube a lot. But she's like, yeah, that Twitter's cancer.
That is freaking.
Now, one thing that I don't tell a lot of people is that, I actually have a particular strategy that is part of why I don't get in much trouble on Twitter. I do not get into arguments past 2 replies. If it's a non-civil conversation,
You have like a rule set that you follow.
yes.
Yo, someone saw a weapon shield go
So if it's a argument, I do not respond past 2 replies.
No point in entertaining bullshit.
Yep,
More so.
because more often than not, these people are trying to find ammo to use on you. Why give them ammo? And when you start getting into these long Twitter fights, you start getting amped up, and you start and you stop thinking about what you're actually
don't take as
saying.
care of your words as you used to.
Yes. So
Like,
the further
it's
you
kind of like. Go for it.
so the further you get into it, the more likely you are to say some stupid ass thing that can be taken out of context, that can be used against you tomorrow or 3 years from now.
People save screenshots. I know I have screenshots of people.
Yep. I also make I'll make a point of not deleting anything. The only things I delete is if I see a typo and I notice it within like a minute.
I'll delete things of like on Facebook now. Sometimes you can share something and then the original post will delete it and it'll say, "Oh, this post is not available no more." I'll delete like stuff like that where like it shows nothing. You know, there's nothing fucking there no more because the original thing is gone.
Yeah.
I'll delete stuff like that, but honest like mistakes and shit, I genuinely try not to have any. I haven't had any that I've had to delete of that, like where I said something stupid.
Well, actually, the reason why I don't delete it, there's 2 reasons. There's actually 2 reasons. One is I'm not a bitch. I own everything that I say.
Smart fucking man. I respect that, dude. I respect that.
And the other is when if somebody tries to pull up one of those screenshots that doesn't show context, all that I have to do is make a search on their screenshot and give a link to the thread.
Immediately changes to why are you trying to change my words around?
Yep. Whereas if I deleted something that I got pushback on, I can no longer give context. So I just don't ever delete. Even if something that some people might think is problematic, the context is the cure. And like I said, I'm not a bitch. I own what I say. And I think that deleting your stuff makes you look worse.
Oh yeah. If you delete your stuff, the first thing that comes to my mind is, oh, they're hiding something. They don't want something to be seen.
And I've had one person actually was getting 0 likes on it, and they're a much smaller account than me. Worst thing I could have done would have been to actually acknowledge it. Because if I acknowledged it, then guess who actually just gave advertisement to the person trying to cancel me?
Weapons deal going down nearby.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is something that people need to understand. You don't need to respond to every attack. Sometimes
yeah, a lot of people have more fragile egos than they do the common sense to just know that.
Yeah.
Egos are pretty fragile on the internet. They're more glass than anything.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed that at times. And I don't like to put myself out there as having a huge ego or whatnot, but I think that just kind of objectively I probably do, because I am able to go, whatever, dude. I know who I am.
Well, if I can just, like, as a friend, kiss your ass here, you don't seem like the type of guy who's going to even engage in an argument if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh hell no!
So,
that's part of why that's part of why I don't talk about certain things. There's certain things that's like, oh, you're full of shit. But if I actually tried to say something here, I'm gonna expose the fact that yeah, I know you're full of shit, but I don't have sources. So when I engage into an argument, what people don't realize is that if I actually engage, you probably shouldn't respond to me. Because I probably know what I'm talking about.
You don't seem like the type of person fucking... Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, you don't seem like the type of person that, like, if you're arguing and persistently arguing, it's because I'm right. That's what I mean. Like, you don't seem like the type of fucking... If NetCat joins the chat and he's arguing, someone fucked up. That's what I should say. That's what I should say. If he joins the fucking chat and he's arguing, someone fucked up.
Yep. And I'm extremely stubborn because when I've decided to make my presence known, it's something I care about.
And when NetChat joins the lobby, the cold, your power turns off.
Yeah. I don't know if you were paying attention at the time when I decided that I had enough of Joe's bullshit. But
Joe? Who's Joe? Joe Schmo?
No, Joe Iorio. If you'd seen it, you would have seen it from the perspective of the Normandy's Lounge.
I don't think I did. Sometimes I breeze through, sometimes I actually do read what you guys have been talking about.
Yeah, and I understand that. That's what I was saying. You might or might not have seen it. But I've considered, for a long time, I considered him a friend who just had different opinions than me. And a pretty good friend, actually. And somewhat recently, like about a month ago, on the first She-Hulk episode, he was going into the paint at people about misogyny, and I saw his opinion, and when I said that it was really bad, he wanted to know what I thought was bad about it, and he did this publicly, and I said, I'm not talking about this with you. And then he tried to talk to me about it again. So I'm not talking about this with you. Then he quote tweeted me. And basically what I sent in a different chat to him, because I never made my my pissed offness public with him, but I basically sent him a big thing of, I hope you enjoyed your virtue signal, Joe. Apparently, you don't value our friendship as much as I did, because after I asked you, after I told you I didn't want to talk about it, you tried to engage again, and I said I didn't want to talk about it again. A friend would have...
You reminded me of...
Yeah?
You reminded me of words, no, I know I'm no longer friends with this person through time. We just faded away, but I carry his words around with me forever because I was innocent still. I had never gotten high. I had never, done something stupid. And, this individual, he had already gone down that path. He offered me. He was like, you want to get high with me? And, I said, nah, man, I'm okay. And he laughed, right?
Whoa,
and he just
stolen
said,
car in a high-speed pursuit.
Don't feel awkward or anything. And I tell you something. And it's the truth. He said, real friends don't ask twice.
Yeah.
And that's something that I have carried with me throughout my fucking life, dude. And it is the truth. Every real friend that I have ever had, if there was something that, they knew was going to be iffy and they asked me on it, the real ones have never asked me to do it.
Yep.
And it's the fake ones that I don't talk to no more that they have crossed that line.
Mm-hmm.
No, he did miss that. He did miss that virtue signal you called it. I learned that just now.
Yeah.
He asked more than once. He pushed it.
And it was like, okay, I'm done with this, because he does this to a bunch of people. But it's like, okay, now you did it to me, who, as far as I know, we're friends, and we disagree on a lot of things. But I thought that both of us valued this friendship, but apparently you don't. Then he came back with me with a whole bunch of bullshit. And I was like, well, okay, what you just said to me there tells me everything I need to know. Oh, and we're kind of acquaintances at this point, but I doubt that we're ever going to be friends again. And
yeah, I can respect that. I mean, once you break a fucking chain like that, it's gonna feel so weird welding it back together no matter what.
Yeah. Now the funny thing is that so many people who are kind of in the know about this happening assumed that the fact that we had a falling out meant that suddenly we're enemies and they need to choose between us. It's like, dude, I don't care if you're still friends with them. It's fine. The only person who's going to make you choose, if either of us, will be him. You're never going to have to choose on my account.
Yeah.
Not unless he actually does something that's hard, that actually causes some real world harm to me or mine.
Yeah.
I mean, if that were the case, then maybe you'd have to choose. But words over the internet, no. And that's part of what had Natsu really stressed out, because you actually know just how great of a guy Natsu is and how much he cares.
Yeah, and he seemed. Well, I mean, a lot of those dudes in that chat, they all seem like pretty wholehearted people, man.
Oh yeah, and the thing is that Natsu is the reason why Joe and I were friends. He's the one that kind of introduced us.
Oh, so that probably was taken way differently for him.
Right, and he just felt like he'd let me down or whatnot, and I'm like, dude, maybe if this had happened like a few weeks after you introduced us, maybe you'd have something to feel bad about.
Yeah.
But this is years later, dude. Allow me my own agency. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, what he was really worried about was that at some point he was going to need to choose between us. It's like, if you have to, it's not going to be because I'm asking you to. And I don't think Joe's going to ask you to. Which...
Good that you guys, kind of got him that reassurance for himself, but that is hilarious that he thought it was all because of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People, man.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I get that you feel this way, but you need to back off on this because, frankly, but because it was also kind of like, frankly, I don't need the guilt that I'm getting from you because you're not trying to make me feel guilty, but I feel bad that the fact that I'm having this beef with him is hurting you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do get that.
Because I actually care about my friends a lot. And
same here, bro. I care about my friends so much. If I think about it enough, it makes my eyes water. I love my fucking friends.
And I just really hated seeing him hurting. But at the same time, it's also kind of like, you know, I cannot allow the fact that you're hurting to make me pretend to make up with Joe.
Yeah.
So, could you stop making me feel guilty about the fact that Joe's being an ass? You know what I mean?
It's fucking hilarious, dude, yeah.
And if I didn't care about my friends, that wouldn't have bothered me. But that was the thing that almost bothered me the most. But ever since all of this, I've been keeping tabs on Joe, and by the way, this stream is definitely being unlisted at this point. and I've seen him calling in a particular YouTuber that I kind of like a meth dealer.
Oh, what the hell?
Well, for context, Gary from Nerdrotics did deal meth when he was a kid. He did some really fucked up shit. And he's also done the time for the crime. And he is now a family man with a wife and kids.
So you mean like he's put that bullshit behind him?
Yes, and he's been very open about the fact that it happened. And he actually helps people get into 12-step programs.
Damn, he had a full-on, like, what do religious people call it when,
Well, I was thinking more of a comeback story is the way that I put it.
Yeah, that's what I was going for too, but religious people, they call it something.
Epiphany?
When they have like yes, thank you, fucking A.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like a full-on moment. That's freaking good for him, dude. I mean,
Yep.
A lot of men need that shit nowadays.
Yeah, and then he got then he basically managed to buy a comic book store. He sold comics, got really into comics, and then hated where comics ended up going. Sold the comic book store, and now he runs a really successful channel called Nerdrotic. And he says stuff that is against, say, current Star Wars, current Marvel, because he doesn't like what he's seen. And people from a certain persuasion see words as violence and see what he does as such a terrible thing. So when they see when they see him getting success, they say, "Oh, he's a meth dealer," and I'm like, "You motherfucking assholes." If he was still dealing meth, no. But to throw that at him at this point,
are we cheap cards, cheap shot?
Yeah, are we saying that redemption is not something we believe in? That a person who's been sent to jail should never be let out?
What was going through my head. I'm saying, so our prisons needed them.
Because according to these people, you do the bad thing,
you can't change.
Yeah. So why? So let's go back to your 9mm solution that you were talking about earlier.
How much does a casing of a 9mm round cost?
Yeah, because if he's gonna be meth dealing for the rest of his life.
Yeah, dude, shit.
I mean, what? Should we let him be around? Because I mean,
he's a fucking menace to society, apparently.
Yeah, according to these numbskulls.
I don't even feel safe talking about him, dude. I need to go lock my door.
Oh yeah. And so when I see Joe saying things like this, I'm like, unless he really rethinks his life and changes this stuff, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to trust him.
Yeah.
And this goes back to what I was saying earlier about if I were to start calling out the misandry and racism that I see, the same way that he calls out the misogynism and racism from his perspective, would he keep his mouth shut about me? No, he wouldn't. I know the answer. So why should So why should I respect these people who I know think I should just listen to their opinion, but if I were to share mine, then I would be evil. Why should I respect them?
Truth be told, it seems like you know enough about this person to know that they're gonna disrespect you the first chance they get if their opinions don't line up with yours.
The thing that really sucks here is that this was not always the case with him. He actually used to be thinking the best in people, and like he actually ended up making friends with this guy that I thought was this lost cause, and he actually, because he was so willing to talk to somebody even I wasn't willing to, he actually brought out the good in this person. And that's one of the things I loved about him. And he stopped doing that. And I'm just like, I want the friend back that he used to be.
Oh, I get that, man. Yeah, that's actually, that's a little more sad for me, because that correlates with, like, the last best friend of mine that they just completely disappeared out of my life. I knew him since, like, I met him at the end of 8th grade in that summer, so summer of my last year of middle school. And fuck, dude, I through high school, through turning into an adult, I knew that guy, and he got into a really bad relationship with a very toxic female. She didn't let him hang out with me because we were fucking, apparently. She didn't let him even come over to visit because she's the only friend that he needs, and he has her kids to help him. He fell in with a very toxic woman. She did the whole social media thing with recording her kids, handing him the adoption papers, and man,
oh god,
the little kids, they didn't even know what they were doing, bro. You could tell behind that camera she was pointing for them to be going, and it just, she pressured that man into, well, being hers. And literally, dude, like 9 years of friendship were just gone.
Yeah.
Fucking straight evaporated. Yeah, because she literally did not let him come and hang out with me. She controls his phone, his social media. I know all this because he would sneak out with bruises on himself, bro, when we were smoking, to get this off his chest to me crying. And it's it sucks, man, because I've always known my buddy Chris, my buddy, and he's not a fighter. He's not a fighter. It sucks because you're gonna see someone like that with a woman like he has, and she very much is a fucking fighter. She's not gonna let him go. That sucks. That was like my brother, not really my best friend. Yeah, man, I can understand like wanting an old friend back like that. That's gotta suck ass.
Yep. And the interesting thing that I kind of glossed over with his response to me, because I didn't really read it out, was that the way that he put it in there, it seemed like he was expecting that I was going to be coming after him like some of the others that, because I mean, trust me, I have got dirt. If I really wanted to come at him, I could, and I don't.
Oh, I believe it.
But
you seem like a smart person.
But well, I've got stuff from streams that I could just really be a complete motherfucking asshole.
I was gonna say right now, and if there's anything that I know about smart people, it's they save their cards.
Well, it's all public, but it's public on streams that are like 2, 3, or 4 hours long. But I know where it is in there, and but I could make clips, and the thing is that he seemed to make the assumption that even though he thought we were friends, I'm really just a bully. It's like, okay then, which is part of what I mean, what I meant by you've told me plenty in this, because him claiming that I'm really just a bully. It's like, yeah, that tells me a lot about what you actually think. But I think that I think he's been surprised by the fact that I haven't actually started going after him, because he knows the shit that I have too. And
well, I bet, of course, that's the first thing that I think of when losing a friend is everything they know about me.
mm-hmm. And like, here's the funny thing. I mean, it's not really stuff that I think is really bad, but it's his personality online. And like lately, he's been talking about how he never really liked Book of Boba Fett. Joe, I've got it on stream where I'm talking about how bad it is, and you're really upset with me for thinking that it's bad. So, Joe... And so, if I wanted to be an asshole... Yeah, so if I wanted to be that asshole that he was claiming that I was, guess what I'd be posting? I'd be posting proof that he is not on the level. Guess what guess what I've never done. Yeah. And I think given that he actually, I think he's realized that at this point, because we actually have exchanged a few things in DM since then, which kind of showed me that he's kind of realized that I'm not the bully he accused me of being. And I think the fact that I didn't just turn from friend to enemy. These things are spectrum. You're not just because someone's no longer a friend doesn't mean they're an enemy. People need to learn that.
That's because a lot of people have had more immature encounters than not. You know, more people have ended things chaotically and dramatically than just fucking being an adult and going your own way about it. That's how it's been more often than not throughout history. So I can understand how it's hard for people to grasp that. Yeah, these people aren't friends no more. They also don't want to kill each other.
Yeah.
People freak out over it.
And honestly, that's why I did it in a group chat, not a DM, because I kind of figured that the closer friends kind of needed to know what was going on.
Yeah.
But the entire friggin' Twitterverse didn't need to know. So I just did it in there, laid it out very clearly, tried not to be hyperbolic. And it's like and he deserved to know too, rather than me just being pissed off with him, and him thinking that we were still good. So he also deserved to know that, yeah, you crossed the line. You're done. Because I could have just not said anything. And, yeah, I can be a passive-aggressive cunt at times. But I try not to do that to friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you've always seemed like a good friend, so I think me going into the future, I'd always expect you to actually care about a friendship than want to just throw it down the drain.
And I mean, honestly, if he'd actually apologized and said, "I'm so sorry, it didn't occur to me that it would seem this way,"
Things could have bounced back really strong.
Yeah. But part of the reason why I took it as badly as I did was that it's like about a month earlier, he'd made this post that was going after geeks and gamers, but he didn't add any of them, but he was very clear about shit talking each of them, and I kind of hate people who just kind of say stuff behind people's backs. So I semi-jokingly said, "I'm going to at them," and then he goes, "Go ahead." Apparently he was joking, but didn't give any emojis or anything to show that he was joking. He's like, "Okay, I'm going to do it then." It went, "Yeah, let's see what happens." I do it, and he's like, "I was joking," and then went on in this big ass thing about how I betrayed him. by me doing exactly what he told me to go ahead and do.
Neighborhood user just spotted a weapons deal going down.
And then this person who thought that I betrayed him for doing something that he said to go ahead and do, after I said, please don't, please don't. Which I also detailed in my message to him, saying that, yeah, after you did this, what kind of hypocrite are you? What kind of double standard are we playing with? So, yeah, that's my drama that only some people know about. But if you ever see me bitching about Joe in the chat, that's what I'm talking about.
Now I'll know. So now I'm like, oh.
I try not to bitch about it too much because Natsu is still friends with them, and I don't want to put Natsu on the spot. Even though Natsu agrees with me with a lot of what I say.
It's always a guilty feeling, like having to agree with something bad on a friend.
So I don't really want to put him on the spot like that. And this thing with the meth dealer, I basically talked with you and with Padawan about it, and that's about it. But it just really angers me. And Padawan was like just was without even knowing much of the context, was like, I don't like that meth dealer shit. And then I was explaining about the actual context. It was like, oh my god, yeah, that's not okay.
It's just like, what's the fucking point of having all these services for people to change and better themselves? And society's just gonna fucking throw it at them any chance they get when they fuck up.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, it's not fair. That's the best way to put it. It's just not fair.
Exactly. And a lot of this is just over motherfucking movie opinions.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not joking. That's what this shit is over.
Jeez, I'm trying to fathom, like, people calling me the worst type of names I can ever hear about myself because I said I don't fucking like season 6 of SpongeBob. Or some shit. Jeez, man.
I don't like The Last Jedi, and I think that Rey is a Mary Sue. Now I am a misogynist.
You're ridiculous, Nat. Who are you?
I thought that She-Hulk twerking in a glass office.
That was fucking horrible.
In a glass-walled office building. Oh, by the way, I still haven't made that video I was intending to make about it, but I'm going to tell you why I think that was so bad.
That was amateur animated fucking bullshit right there.
Okay, you're right there. But let's ignore the quality. Let's ignore the quality because I don't care. That's not my problem. First episode, she thinks that being catcalled is the worst thing ever because she puts it out there as these are the things that I have to control my anger on, right? So obviously, being catcalled is terrible, right? So, now, she has the paparazzi after her. She knows they're after her because she knows that they're trying to get interviews with her. She knows that when she goes someplace, they're following her with cameras. Everybody knows who she is in both of her personas, and she knows that. And she is in a law. She is in a known office in a highly known law office with glass walls to both the interior and the exterior. And then she twerks, and they even make a point of showing that her boss sees her doing it. If it was behind closed doors, it would just be cringe. It would be cringe either way because twerking is cringe.
It is, dude. There's nothing.
But she's literally doing it for the entire world to see, and she knows or she has to know unless she's a motherfucking moron. And if she's a moron, she should not be a lawyer.
Yup, you took the fucking next sentence out of my mouth. Dude.
Yeah. So she knows that there are probably 5 paparazzis, these video cameras, looking at her at all times. By the way, if I were her, I'd be give me an internal office and get rid of the glass walls.
No, I would not want such an exposed office, no matter how nice it looks.
Yeah. So, but especially if you are that big on the social page. But so she has to know that there are going to be cameras aimed directly at her at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also doing it for everybody who's inside her building as well. Which, as I say, they showed it. This woman who thinks that being catcalled is terrible is literally doing this for the world to see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if this is misogynistic, but if you have a problem with being catcalled, then maybe you shouldn't do the thing on a world platform.
Perhaps keeping your butt cheeks intact and still is a better way to go about your day. If you don't want to freaking...
If they'd done almost any other kind of dance, I would have been like, okay. But twerking?
Yeah, the moment you started doing that shit, I was just like, great. Way they actually did it. I thought it was so out of the fucking spectrum of like what could have been done.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I get Meg the Stallion is that type of performer and artist, but dude.
But do we need Meg the Stallion?
Exactly. Fucking like. Damn, I don't think there's any comic book heads out there or people who are interested in She-Hulk for, you know, the reasons of why they are, who are just like, oh my gosh, and Meg the Stallion too? No one, dude.
Yeah.
No one got excited for Meg the Stallion. If anything, more people got disappointed.
Mm-hmm. And so, I'm misogynistic for saying that that's a problem. And a scumbag.
Yeah, no, you're fucking horrible, bro. The gates of heaven? Not you, dude. You're just the worst.
So, yeah. And what I've been saying this entire time with She-Hulk is I wanted Boston Legal with superheroes. That's what I wanted. And if you haven't seen Boston Legal, by the way, you should.
What is that?
It's a legal show that actually stars Denny Crane and Alan Shore.
Uh-huh. Okay, what is it about?
Not Denny Crane. You know, I mean, William Shatner as Denny Crane. And I'm spacing on the name of a guy who does Alan Shore. But it's basically a legal show that does really interesting cases, and there's a lot of comedic stuff in it. And for the love of God, give that the people who wrote that knew what they were doing. And so give me a superhero legal comedy by people with the talents of those guys.
Wow, it actually is pretty well perceived.
Mm-hmm. And love, yeah, tons of people love Boston Legal. It's great. And
that's... shit, they have that guy who plays fucking Hank, dude, in Breaking Bad, Morris or some shit like that. Oh wow, what the hell?
It is really, really good.
Dude, I love lawyering and shit like that, dude. I would probably definitely watch that.
Oh, yeah.
First things first, though, for tonight, I am most likely going to watch House of the Dragon.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Especially since it's ongoing. So if you get caught up now, you just have to watch an episode when it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And House of the Dragon kicks ass. I did not expect it to.
I'm loving that.
like I mentioned to you, I was just kind of ignoring that it came out, and my wife just ended up watching it, and she was like, "This is good." So I just decided today to just give it a watch, rather than finishing up my hate watch of the first episode of Rings of Power, which, by the way, I've decided I'm just not even gonna bother. Rings of Power is bad.
That sucks, dude.
But it's like, okay, I'm just gonna watch something that should be good, instead of hate watching this thing. And watch first episode, it's like, damn, this thing's good.
Alrighty, nuts. So what are you going to be doing for the rest of your evening, man?
Well, I am not sure, but I'm probably going to be making myself something to eat in a moment. After unlisting this trade.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing the same. And yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day too and just go and relax for the rest of the month.
Yeah. I mean, I might stream some more with something else, but I'm certainly not going to be getting as spicy as I was here.
Oh my gosh, well, we talked about a lot of shit, dude. It was really cool. It was definitely awesome.
And you've talked to me on Twitter. How often would you expect me to actually state some of the things I said here? You've noticed how careful I tend to be.
I see you as such a gentleman, dude, on the fucking interwebs. You know what I mean? Like a real cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
Here you've exposed me to some new dangers to the internet.
Yes. Just because I'm nice online does not mean that I agree with the shit that I see.
Oh,
I just tend to. There's a reason why I call myself the cat on the internet. I see a lot. I don't bother telling everybody what I've seen. And you know what the danger of hitting that like button on certain threads? Everybody above that post that you hit like on sees that you liked it, so they know that you've seen it. Which, by the way, is the reason why that guy Udi McTootie was calling me a scumbag, because what I was doing.
Oh my god.
The reason why he was calling me a scumbag on a different thread than the one that he actually took issue with was because I was hitting like on every response to him on a different thread. And because, yes, I was annoyed. Did I mention I can get passive aggressive at times?
No, but that's like the freaking easiest way to get under someone's skin.
Yeah, he's not the first person I've caused a full-on meltdown just by doing that.
Dude, being passive aggressive is that is a tactic right there.
Yeah, and he suddenly added me in the thread saying, I've lost so much respect for you. In this thread that I had nothing to do with, other than the fact that I was liking the post opposing him.
She's like, you're the worst.
And I'm like, okay then. And then what I did was I shared it to my group chats, and my friends then started eviscerating him. I mean, you wouldn't know because you're only in 2 of my group chats, but I've got like 8 to 10 of them.
Oh, I believe it, dude. You have a lot of freaking followers, so
Yeah. So a lot of times I don't really bother responding myself because of my rules, but I got no problem going, look at this idiot. and a lot of times I've got some friends that actually thrive on internet debates.
Oh hell yeah, there's some people that they freaking just crack up on shit like that.
Yeah, so if I don't want to deal with it, all I have to do is go like, hey, look at this, and suddenly
freaking whole world is laughing at him.
Yeah, and it's really funny to me when I do that, and then that person is getting 0 likes, and everybody else responding to him is getting like 5 likes.
Dude, it sucks when that freaking happens to someone, I'm sure. Because
they
get notified for every single fucking one, dude.
Yep.
Whether they're on the app or they're on their phone, if they're active, they're going to see the notification. Is what I mean.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Even if you have notifications turned off overall, they still show up in your feed. and things that I don't do this if the other person didn't start with me first. If you start with me, you're probably gonna have to deal with my followers. Because yeah, you're not gonna get you're really not going to get the pleasure of me arguing with you, because I don't do that. And what I eventually said to him was, dude, you started with misogyny, not a good look. And that's why he said, but the tweet was misogynistic, and I said I was willing to talk. It's like, and I didn't even respond to that, but one of the really fun things is that when I make a comment in a group chat about something like that, a lot of times one of the people will actually copy paste what I said and use it as their response. Because
that's fucked up, dude.
Because things that they know that I don't like to get into it myself.
Yeah.
But
that's pretty nice though. You got friends like that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I think I've chimed in like once or twice even when I've seen you arguing with someone about something.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, as far as Ray being a Mary Sue or whatnot, Ray's a Mary Sue. And I have references, I can back that up, but I don't bother arguing with people about it, because the people who want to argue about it don't care about whether you're right or not. It's just
they want their opinion to be the opinion.
Yeah,
Whatever the hell they think they want it to go.
I figured that out a while ago. So it's like, yep, nope, I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah, the internet surprised me the first time I ever came across someone who was genuinely wrong and they were just persistent on how they were. That's when I was just like, wow, there are fucking people out here that don't care about being right even.
All that matters is that they look like they're right.
If there's even one fucking thing tipping in their favor, it's enough for them to be like, but why am I wrong then if it's like this?
Yeah. I actually made. There was one point that I actually made this long ass thread that actually talked about Mary Sue's just in general, and point out that there's lots of different kinds of Mary Sues, and I had these people coming at me, basically saying, "I'm not going to read all that," and they'd post these videos with literal gay shit in it, like porn with gay people and. Yeah, it's like, what do you think you're proving here? I didn't, and in this thread, I didn't even say Ray's Mary Sue. I said, now whether Ray's Mary Sue or not, that can be discussed, and might be a topic for a different discussion. But what I'm saying here is just, this is what a Mary Sue is, because a lot of people don't know what it is.
And tell people.
Yeah, and people don't know what a Mary Sue is. Because for one thing, a Mary Sue does not have to be female. That's one of the biggest misconceptions.
I always freaking just thought that I'm trying to remember what I even think a Mary Sue is. I don't want to get it wrong.
Nope.
Hold on.
It's fine.
I'm avoiding everything I'm trying to remember. Fucking hey, is it just a fucking female character that's
not female?
Overpowered?
No.
Oh, it doesn't have to be female?
That was one of the things that was what I was just saying is one of the biggest misconceptions.
I thought that it was like an overpowered female character. Fucking
that's what people think.
Well, please correct me on it, dude. I don't, I don't like being a part of the freaking wrong, the opposition. I genuinely don't.
A Mary Sue is a character. Now, there's a lot of ways to put it, but a Mary Sue is typically a character who is extremely good. That if they have flaws, their flaws either don't matter or their flaws end up always helping them. Like, oh, you're clumsy. That's a flaw, right? But what if you're being clumsy?
They trip and dodge a fucking bullet.
Right. So yeah, they have that's a flaw, right? No. It's a flaw that is not a flaw. And a Mary Sue is typically instantly liked by everyone, or the people who don't like the, or the people who don't like them are wrong for not liking them.
Okay, where
See
the
what I'm
fuck
saying?
is I getting the overpowered from?
Because that's what everybody says.
Okay, all right.
This is why people call
Mary.
That's why people call Mary Sue. That's from the people who say that just the very term Mary Sue is misogynistic. Because if you call somebody Mary Sue, that means that you don't like a woman who's powerful.
Oh my goodness.
That's
fuck, dude. You saved me from someone for sure. Somewhere down the line, I would have said what I said, and they would have been like, "Oh, what?
Yeah,
you don't like strong women, fucker?"
Mm-hmm. And that's why people take such issue with calling Ray and Mary Sue, because Ray is because people go, Ray's Mary Sue. You just don't like powerful women. No, Ray's a Mary Sue because she ticks the right check
what I
boxes.
have learned today, Ray is fucking overpowered as shit.
Oh, well, overpowered, but also overliked. She can do no wrong.
Yeah.
There's a whole checklist that you can go down, and she's a Mary Sue. And
I agree with you, dude.
And here's the really funny thing. I'm not of the opinion that you can't have a character that's a Mary Sue and automatically have to dislike them. It's going to be harder to write a Mary Sue that's good, but it can be done. And I actually like Ray. I just think that Ray was badly handled. The amount of people that get surprised when they find out that I say that I actually liked Ray, they're like, "What? I've heard you talk about her being Mary Sue and stuff." It's like, yeah. I think that she was done dirty by the writers.
Yeah. I can't believe that now. I'm thinking about everything that you've told me about that now, and I cannot believe that the internet. Fucking man, there's something to argue about on the internet about everything.
Yeah. Now to be at least minorly fair, the term that you the term that you use, typically if you're talking about a male Mary Sue, is to call them a Gary Stew, but it's the same. it's the same trope.
Yeah.
So
Mary Sue sounds better. I wouldn't rather say that.
Well, actually, do you know where it comes from?
No, I don't.
It comes from Star Trek fan fiction, and a person who was an editor for one of these fan fiction in like a fanzine, I think it's called, was seeing these tropes where it was this self-insert character that could do no wrong and all stuff, and got annoyed with it, and actually wrote their own story that had Lieutenant Mary Sue, and they were on Star Trek Enterprise, and they were on the Star Trek Enterprise, and this lieutenant was immediately loved by all. Kirk, Spock, all of them, was able to solve things that Spock couldn't solve. Was better than everybody at everything, and her name was
like the all-being.
Yeah, and everybody loved her, and her name was Lieutenant Mary Sue. That's where the
my gosh.
that is literally where the term comes from.
Wow.
So yeah. But what do I know?
I know, right? Shit, dude.
I've only looked into this shit.
I've only done my research.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Net. Well, I think I'm gonna get going, bro, but it was honestly a blast freaking talking to you for a good couple hours, man.
Oh yeah, I think it was like about 2 hours.
Yeah, man. It was awesome, dude. Time fucking flew, bro, so that's how I knew I was enjoying the conversations.
Yep. Well, talk to you later.
Yeah, you take it easy, man. Have fun gaming, and if you ever want me to jump in and try and help you out with the stream issue or something, just let me know, dude.
Oh yeah, and you know, this just went for 3 hours and 45 minutes without a problem, so yay.
Fuck yeah, that's good, dude. You take it easy, Net.
Yep, take it easy. Bye.
Hell yeah. Bye-bye.